Welcome to Mythical Kitchen, where we ask the question, does it actually matter where you buy your groceries? So in our recurring series, Grocery Store Battle, we make two versions of the same dish, one cooked with ingredients from one grocery store, the other cooked with ingredients from another. But there's one grocery store that seems to keep coming back time and time again. You know it, you love it, I love cooking with their ingredients, and that is the Dollar Tree. So without further ado, let's watch Dollar Tree square off against all the other grocery stores.
Today we're putting two grocery stores against each other. It's Walmart versus Dollar Tree. Today we're gonna answer the question, does it actually matter where you buy your groceries? Because listen, times are tight. Some of us, not naming any names here, may have lost a lot of money trying to short Radio Shack stock. Thanks, Stonk Talk. So today we're making two identical dishes. We're doing fettuccine alfredo and a veggie flatbread. On one side, we got groceries from Walmart. On the other side, we got groceries from Dollar Tree. The Mythical Kitcheneers are out shopping right now. Let's see what they got. For the first part of the meal, we got fettuccine alfredo, aka fettuccine alfredo. We have a rule in the kitchen. If it's a polysyllabic Italian word, we do not pronounce the final syllable. That is canon. You may also be wondering, if this is supposed to be fettuccine, why do you have penne? There's enough Americans that don't know that fettuccine refers to the pasta and Alfredo refers to the sauce, and there are a lot of Italian Americans that don't know that Alfredo is not an Italian American dish. It actually came from Rome, a restaurant called Alfredo. So that's what we're making today. Here we have the groceries from Walmart. The total bill was about $43. Over at Dollar Tree, it was only $28. If you average that out as a cost per dish, it's $12.42 from Walmart and only $10.62 from Dollar Tree. This is probably the closest we've had, and there's a very specific reason. When you go to Dollar Tree, all of the dairy is actually more expensive. It might be an economies of scale thing. Walmart's moving a lot more dairy products. You gotta pay more to store them, and Walmart has more infrastructure. But either way, this is a very close battle when it comes to price. Now, when we look at quality, pasta for pasta, they're both made from semolina and durum wheat flour. Those are probably gonna be pretty similar. I think it's in these like high quality items that we're gonna see some difference. If you look at the Parmesan cheese, there was a big article that came out a while ago that was like, this has wood pulp in it. That's the stuff termites eat. And I'm like, yum, I'm not better than no termite. It does. It has a product called cellulose, which is an anti-caking agent. But if you look at the first ingredient, it's still just Parmesan cheese, which is milk, salt, and then rennet cultures. But when you go over to the Dollar Tree, this is the only dairy product that was cheaper. The ingredients get a little bit wonky, but stick with me. Number 1, dairy weight, 2 food starch, 3 rice flour. You eventually get the Parmesan cheese at number 12 on the ingredients label. That said, I don't really care what the ingredients label says, man. I'm gonna see how it actually tastes. Also, it's probably gonna be a nice little thickener going in there. Then, we're gonna move on to our veggie flatbread. Dollar Tree does not have a lot of fresh vegetables. We've talked about this. Write your congressman, get him to subsidize produce farming for the love of God. But we have canned mushrooms, which canned mushrooms are really good. If you're gonna cook mushrooms anyway, throw them on a flatbread. Might as well use stuff from a can. We got some frozen stir-fry pepper blend, really easy, convenient product to use. A little bit of Hunt's traditional pasta sauce over here, and then some green olives, because Dollar Tree had green olives, and I get down on green olives, man. Also, some days for like vegetables, I'll just eat a bunch of pickles. Anybody else do that? Nicole? Yeah, and if it's good enough for the pioneers, it's good enough for me, you know? I think this is gonna be a pretty even battle. The pizza crust over at Great Value Walmart, I think, looks a little better. It's at least got green flecks in there, and green flecks equal flavor. This one's a little bit thin, but that said, Velveeta Mexican style shreds versus Great Value Fiesta blend. These are Mexican people who are having a party. These are Mexican people who are just chilling, I guess. I got no takes right now. I'm 50-50, and I got a lot of money wagered on this. We've officially started the Mythical Kitchen sports betting line. All right, call in, place your bet, see who's gonna win later. We got a big parlay on how many times Josh accidentally picks his nose and or doesn't wash his hands. Well, we're starting off with a veggie flatbread. This is a great way to, listen, sometimes in life you gotta trick people. Cooking is really all about lying to people. And if you're trying to get people to eat vegetables, what a way to put them on. Again, I don't really feel comfortable calling this pizza, but we're calling it a flatbread because these are 2 pizza crusts that are sold pre-made. Some of the main differences, you see this one from Dollar Tree, it's like really thin and crackery. Shout out to St. Louis. We all know I love your pizza and love the entire city of St. Louis. And the Rams never should have left to come to much greener pastures in Los Angeles, California. Anyway, so we're gonna start making this. The sauces. So over on the Dollar Tree side, we got the Hunt's canned tomato sauce. At first I was like, I like Hunt's canned tomato sauce, and I was like, you're paying for the jar over great value. That was significantly more expensive. However, looking at the ingredients, the Hunt's one is a majority just corn syrup, tomato paste, and water with some spices in there. See how it tastes. Why'd I dip the handle in? I'm dumb. Ain't nothing wrong with that. My Italian roommates taught me to put sugar in tomato sauce to neutralize the acidity, which doesn't really mean anything, but they were Italian and they were mean. So I do it. Not much of a difference. You do get more salt and more acidity in there, and I think that's because the sugar is, god dang it, they were right. The sugar's counteracting the acidity in that one. But that's about a wash. Anyways, we are going to season up the sauce a little bit. Anytime you get a jarred sauce, you're probably skimping on stuff like spices. So we're gonna take a whole lot of garlic powder. Listen, this is getting spread thin and just dumped all over a pizza thing. Pizza thing, crust. Crust is what it's called. Food flew out of my mouth. What did I even eat that would have had chunks? That was old chunk is what it was. It was a granola bar, I think. All right, we're taking some garlic. A lot of people talk crap on garlic because it's not as potent as fresh garlic, which is absolutely true. Garlic is a portmanteau of jarred garlic, if people couldn't tell. Garlic is actually heat treated and then packed, which means that you're losing some of those flavors, but it's like roasted garlic. You just gotta use 5 times as much, and good news is garlic is 5 times cheaper and creates 5 times less work. So dump in a bunch of garlic, it's gonna make your food taste good. We got some Italian seasonings and herbs right there. I'm gonna save some for the top, dump some of that in there, and then we got parsley. This is interesting. You look at the Dollar Tree dried parsley over here, and it's a little bit brown, which is to say, what happens to green, to chlorophyll, when you heat it and dry it. This Walmart one is suspiciously green. We checked the ingredients label. Look at that. That don't look right. This looks like it's color corrected. It almost looks like it has, if you ever question something that has green food dye in it, try and look for tinges of blue, because green food dye is actually just blue food dye mixed with yellow food dye. Wow, primary colors. Josh learned something in first grade. But you tend to see a little bit of blue in it, and I can't tell if that's food dyed, but either way, you're gonna dump a little bit of parsley in that sauce, save some for the top. Boom, go over to the Walmart side and do that. A little bit of this. I feel like every homemade tomato sauce I've made has just been worse than the best stuff you can buy at the store. Do you guys feel that? Or you're the people who are like, I can make a better red sauce than any jar can?
Sometimes.
What's limiting you in the other times when you can't?
I don't want
Hey, that is a very valid reason to not make something from scratch is, I don't wanna. Spread some sauce, get this here. I compared myself to both termites and pioneers. I kinda love that. You guys ever see the clip where they're talking about, it's like during the holidays, and they're talking about towns that are named after like reindeer? And there'll be like, Vixen Town, haha. And then there's like Donnerville. And it's like, that ain't named after the reindeer, that's named after the people who ate each other in effigy. I always think that's funny. Cannibalism's not funny. Only sometimes. This is tough, because here's the thing. Most cooking shows, you're making one thing. You gotta do 2. And that leaves me double the time to ramble, and you're not gonna like where this goes. Santa should be a polar bear.
Go on.
Why is it a person? Don't make no sense. Also, if you really look at it, this is an upsetting idea. Santa is a Christian demigod. Right? Sauce down. Some say cheese should be the next thing. I really want to try this Velveeta. This is the Mexican style blend, and this is the Fiesta. If I don't taste party in that cheese, so help me God. I'm writing the Walton family a strongly worded letter, and I already do that. The shreds on this one are a little thinner. It's harder. There's more cellulose in there, which means it's not going to melt as well. I'm tasting a little party. All right, we gotta speed things up. I'm gonna go 2-hand technique. Try and spread this. Oh God, I'm gonna throw up. I just got vertigo doing that. So I don't know how to explain it. Listen, I'm a natural athlete. I get vertigo sprinkling cheese. You guys ever get that on a plane? Like you drink a little too much before takeoff and then you just get vertigo? Should I go to a doctor more often than I do?
Yes.
That makes sense. All right, we're saving a little cheese. Oh, I'm gonna eyeball this one a little bit. Cool. That's a good amount of cheese? That's a good amount of cheese. I don't want to overload with cheese. Now we're going vegetables. Green pepper, but not green. There's many color peppers. We got a pepper blend over here. This is the frozen stuff. We're just gonna be torching this on a flatbread. You don't need like the freshest bell peppers in the world. Freezing things was a valuable way to learn how to preserve food. Use technology to your advantage. Fresh isn't always synonymous with bad or unhealthy. It's actually a great way to preserve nutrients. So boom, peppers on. I never know what to do with my offhand. I'm just here. Cool. I will say the cut on the Walmart peppers over. This is Walmart. No. Ha ha ha. Cut on the Walmart pepper sucks. Eat it. Dollar Tree is cheaper. Now we're going canned mushrooms over here. We're gonna pop some of those bad boys on there. Perfect. Listen, if this is dragging, just play like Italian, you know, the Italian music? Big ol' stems on these guys. So why are we using a Mexican style cheese on an Italian style dish right here? No, this is authentic Italian food. I grew up exclusively eating Mexican style cheese. The funny thing about it, absolutely nothing Mexican about it, and you can tell because the first one is cheddar, or in Spanish, cheddar, because that was a town in England. And so there ain't nothing Mexican about Mexican style blend. That said, it's just, listen, it's cheese. The mozzarella you're gonna get probably wouldn't pass muster for real Italians being called mozzarella either. So like, whatever, dude, it's cheese, just put it on your pizza. We're throwing olives on here. Also, like, so many different regional styles of pizza use different kinds of cheese, right? St. Louis, my favorite pizza style. They use a processed cheese called Provel. You go to Detroit, they're using something called brick cheese that is most similar to cheddar. Not all pizza has to be Italian. Like, it's a very Americanized thing. I remember my dad telling me a story when he went to Rome for the first time and he asked a cab driver where he could get the best pizza. He just said, New York. That was more Borat than Italian cabbie, but I'll take it. Okay, one last thing to do. Parmesan cheese. This is gonna be really interesting. The stuff from the shaker bottle, ain't nothing wrong with it. Adds a lot of texture, and it is real Parmesan cheese. Just gonna pop that on there. Now this is interesting. This is fun for me because this looks like powdered laundry detergent. And I'm really curious to see what it tastes like. This is mostly whey and food starch. Whoa, it's like popcorn seasoning. Okay, what does it taste like? It tastes nothing like Parmesan cheese, which is fine, right? This is just, I don't know, it's a little dust that's gonna add some dairy flavor to your pizza. Wow, this is crazy. It really does taste like white cheddar popcorn seasoning. Do you guys know, what do they call them? They're like sprinkleables or something? They added them to movie theaters sometime around like 2009, and it revolutionized the game, man. You can add like 19 different flavors to your popcorn. I have no idea how that's gonna bake up, because again, it's mostly rice flour, but put some herbs on there. We're gonna get this in an oven right now. We're just gonna get it until the bottom's nice and crispy, cheese is melted, veggies are all hot. Boom, what a way to consume a fair amount of veggies. Now, let's make some fettuccine. We gotta go fast. So we got the fettuccine cooking over here, which is to say the penne pasta. I'm gonna take a fudge ton of butter. Oh God, this is actually margarine. But the fettuccine, I just gotta start calling it penne because that's what it is. The penne over here from Dollar Tree has, for whatever reason, cooked like 3 times faster than any penne possibly should. I don't know if it was parboiled or if it's just smaller and thinner, but either way, we're gonna get some garlic sauteing with margarine. Margarine is just emulsified oils that they then put butter flavoring into. I grew up on margarine. It just tastes like movie theater popcorn to me, and so I don't mind it. I know a lot of people balk at it from a culinary perspective, but for me, it's like whatevs. And so we're pulling this pasta al dente while the Walmart one has another like 5 minutes to cook. That is neither an endorsement nor an indictment, simply a thing that has happened that I did not think would, so great. I have this sauteing in the butter. Anytime I'm building a cream sauce, cream, if you're not using a starch thickener, has a tendency to separate because it's dairy, protein, fat, those don't emulsify, whatever. I like to get my pasta in there before. We'll just cook that entirely separately because that's still 5 minutes away from being done, and I don't know why they were putting it at the same time. All right, cool. So we're taking some half and half. We're just vibing, we're not measuring because we're working with so many different variables here. Like we got this powdery Parmesan cheese that you can't really measure against that. So we're just gonna try and vibe this out. Get some Parmesan, we'll finish with Parm as they would do in classic Italian cookery. If your pasta looks super watery like this, that's totally fine. We pulled this al dente so it's actually gonna soak up a lot of that milk. and as you continue to agitate it, the pasta will naturally thicken. Garlic powder. Why would you put fresh garlic and dried garlic in there? They're different. It's like eating a steak versus beef jerky. You can eat one more easily in your car. My high school girlfriend wouldn't get in my car because it smelled too much like beef jerky. I did love beef jerky more than her. Cream cheese. Great thing about cream cheese in pasta sauce, again, it's a little bit of a cheat, some people would say, but it adds a nice thickness as opposed to really trying to get the starchy pasta water in there. So we're just gonna like let that sit, chill, let this saute up, toss it around a little bit, give it a taste, see where we're at. Let's see about this pasta. All right. I'd be so good at working at a Waffle House, I'd just be screaming. Oh, but when one unruly customer comes in that Waffle House. Hey, speaking of me being a calming presence, if you go over to spork.com, you can check out which jarred pasta sauce you are based on your zodiac sign. I'm a Taurus, so I would be Alfredo sauce, which is smooth, white, and thick, just like me. I had to say it. All right, that's cooking. See about this here pasta. Ow. No, this is still, I don't know if people know this, if you bite through pasta or pinch it, and you still see a solid white ring in there, Winnie, single. Got him. If you pinch pasta and you still see the like white ring inside, generally means it's not done. It's always a taste preference. I prefer my pasta a little bit more cooked than a lot of people. I don't know, I don't think you're cool for liking super al dente pasta. Like, get some pleasure in your life, you know? Eat mush. Mush is good. The world survived on mush. The Donner Party, they would have loved to have mush. All they had was people. It's looking pretty solid. Oh, I did not finish with Parmesan cheese. Let's get a little more pasta water in there. I do understand how futile this is, but I also understand that I'm getting the amount of pasta water that I want, so y'all can just zap it. That's not even a term, zap it. I'm tired. Pizza's done. You gotta feed the damn kids. Pizza's not done. All right. We're gonna get some Parmesan here. Alexa, can you chill? Can you effing chill for once?
Shut the F up, Josh.
Can I do that? No, I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't do that. We should teach people how to actually cook. All right. The man realizes 4 years into hosting a cooking show on YouTube. All right, water, boom. Take the pasta off the heat when it's a little looser than you want it on the plate. That way it's gonna set up. Set that over here. See if this pasta's done. Nope. Why did that happen? This pasta cooked, where's the boxes? Bring 5 quarts of water, rapid boil sausage, cook 10 to 12 minutes? This cooked in 4 minutes. Maybe that's why this was discounted at the Dollar Tree. They're just like, oh, Giuseppe didn't do math right in the factory. Is that racist, calling an Italian man Giuseppe? It's just a common Italian word. Fine, Alex. Pasta thing. I'm gonna do the same thing that I did to that. Here, I'll put this back. You guys can see. I don't know why that happened. There's more pasta. Just a little bit. Sucked in. I'm so sorry. Don't do what I do. Well, yeah, do it. Have you guys ever deglazed a pan with hot dog water? No? Kind of works. And you've just made stock, you know? All right, butter. Now this is also not butter, but I believe this is proper margarine from the Walmart, whereas this was Parquet artificially flavored emulsified canola oil spread, which again, I ain't too mad about. The garlic at Walmart is a lot lighter color, which to me means less oxidization, which means less caramelization, or at least Maillard browning, which means it's probably gonna taste a little bit more pungent and fresher, but we shall see. Butter, garlic, going. Boom, can't cook left-handed, so we're switching. Toss that in there. If you ever get water in a pan, the good news is it just comes out. And then you put more back in, and that's cooking. God, I'm inspirational. All right, butter, water, boom. Again, we're kind of eyeballing this because a lot of this is it's gonna be changed by the consistency of this Parmesan cheese. You can add a fair amount of garlic powder, get some black pep in there. I think white sauces and black pepper go really, really well together. I know in culinary school, they teach you to use white pepper with a white sauce because no, you cannot see a single speck of black. I got South African instead of French. If you're in South African culinary school, they also probably tell you that. Oh, nice, thick, ground black pepper. South Africa, big hospitality industry, actually. Just saying, a lot of big resorts in Cape Town. Yeah, a lot of great. Anywho. Get that nice and sloppy. We're gonna bring this up to a little rapid simmer, and then we are going to toss. Let's let it go. What do you want to talk about? Does anybody need advice in this room?
How do you know you found the one?
How do you know I found the one? No, you never know if you found the one. There is no one. There's 8 billion people in the world. It's all a game of proximity, convenience, and timing, right? If a butterfly flapped its wings, you probably wouldn't have met your soulmate, you know? Especially on the app. Think about that. If you met your partner online dating, like if you got distracted and scrolled through Instagram instead, you just probably never would have seen their profile. But that said, you could have ended up with somebody that you were terribly unhappy with. You could have also ended up with somebody else that you were happy with. Life is all random, then one day you die, but you find somebody that makes you happy every single day that you're with them, and that's enough, man. Don't question your instincts. If you're happy with someone, let yourself be happy. You deserve it. Pasta's done. All right, we're getting the cream cheese in there. We're gonna saute this up. These are pretty much done. I'm gonna keep rehydrating this. Let me give it a little seasoning taste. Okay. Found another spatula. See where we're at. Why don't you go Alfredo? Pop. Why not, man? Get some more of that. Get some more of that bad boy in there. It's a little undersalted because that does just taste like rice flour and buttermilk powder, which is perfectly fine. We're gonna season this up. We're gonna pull our flatbreads, which are absolutely burnt. Let's taste this. They're not burnt. I was doing a fib. Jordan Meyer from Spork.com.
I'm so excited.
Welcome to the Mythical Kitchen. I just want to say that I really appreciate when you judge the food that I've made more than other people because you know what you're talking about, and it's a very unique skill to provide both exposition and expertise.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, this is also coming off the backs of having Lucas judge our food, so.
Oh, well.
Anyways,
He is very
not
handsome,
to dampen the compliment. Before we have a little bit of fettuccine alfredo, a little bit of fettuccine alfredo, breaking my own rules, and a vegetable flatbread from 2 different grocery stores. Your job is to taste them and guess which one is from the more expensive grocery store, and also tell us which one you like better.
Okay. They both look very similar and they both look pretty good. The crust, did you make the crusts? Are they, like, what's the deal with the crust?
That's a great question. So the crust were both pre-made, pre-cooked crusts.
Okay.
Neither baboli.
Okay. Oh.
Both representative of the stores themselves.
Okay. Oh, that's nice.
We did not hand roll the penne.
I figured. It's good. It's kind of turned into one gelatinous blob.
Yeah.
It tastes very delicious. It's extremely salty, especially on the back end. My mouth is like continuing to salivate, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's peppery, it's garlicky. I think it's nice. I'm gonna taste it side by side. Oh, this one has stayed less gelatinous. I don't know if that's good or bad, but it is just an observation. Less salty, less flavorful.
So the ingredients in both, butter, garlic, black pepper, we use cream cheese, but there's an ingredient, I don't want to give away the goose too much, but there's a commonly added ingredient that generally costs a lot of money, that some places take weird little shortcuts on, that you would add to an Alfredo sauce, and it rhymes with Parmesan peas.
Oh, okay. Let's see the pizza. This pizza looks more expensive than that pizza. That's what I'll say.
It's a nice little crunch. Do you need to? Can I have a bite?
Yeah.
Thanks. I haven't had any breakfast.
That's nice. I mean, I want to taste the sauce by itself. Okay, very acidic. It's nice. One of the things though on this looks like a pickle. I'm assuming that's not what it is, but I don't know. I don't know what that means. It's pepper?
Green bell pepper.
This pizza looks cheaper. The crust is thinner, but you know what I'll tell you? Sometimes that could mean it's more expensive. The mushrooms in this, is there Parmesan cheese on top of this? Why are some of these white?
That is the Parmesan cheese,
Okay.
yes. I will say another clue. One of these has Mexican blend cheese and the other has Fiesta blend.
I didn't want to put you on blast, but I was wondering why both of these were made with like shredded cheddar cheese and not any kind of shredded mozzarella.
One of the stores did not have that.
Okay. 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 I think I'm ready. Both of these are pretty good. I'd eat either one of these again. For some reason, I'm like, the cheaper one might taste better with something like this, but I'm gonna have to say this one is better. The vegetable quality seems better, so I'm gonna guess that this one is more expensive.
Jordan, you are absolutely correct. Over
Yay!
here, coming in for a total of 4 portions, $12.42.
Okay.
This is from Walmart.
Okay.
Coming in at a total of $10.62. This is from Dollar Tree. Very, very similar costs overall. We found that dairy was super expensive at Dollar Tree. The main difference you're tasting, the reason that's a lot saltier, that's the green Parmesan cheese in the shaker bottle, which is a majority Parmesan cheese.
Sure.
Dollar Tree's version of Parmesan cheese was a majority buttermilk powder and rice flour, other dairy ingredients that don't have
Okay.
that salt. So that explains that. And then like you said, the crustier, thicker, crustier, thinner, vegetables.
Yeah,
a little
sauce
bit
more
jankier.
flavorful, but with the price difference not that big, I'm like, why would you not just go to Walmart? You know? This almost tasted too like the butter was nicer.
The cream cheese in there, I see you got the Philadelphia cream cheese earrings. Shout out. You know, a lot of the rest of the world just calls cream cheese Philadelphia.
I think that's great. I love stuff like that. I love a Kleenex. I love a Tupperware. I love something where it's just like the brand has become the product. I don't know why. I think it's funny.
I think it'd be cool if people make dinner and they just call it making a mythical kitchen instead.
I love that. I'll start doing that.
Jordan, thank you so much. And everybody out there, make sure you tell us what grocery stores you want to see on this show next. Tell us what dishes you want to see us make. Just give us compliments about ourselves.
Please.
We'll see you all next time.
Today we're putting 2 grocery stores to the test. It's Aldi versus Dollar Tree. Listen, I don't know how money works, but I know that food costs too much of it, so we're gonna see if the expensive stuff is actually worth it in the taste. We'll be making 2 versions of burgers and fries, one cooked with ingredients from Aldi, one cooked with ingredients from Dollar Tree, then a judge will come in and blind taste test them to see if they can figure out which is which. The Kitcheneers are off shopping at Aldi and Dollar Tree. Let's see what they got. Look at this large bounty of ingredients. We have all of our stuff to make the patty melt and garlic fries over here from Dollar Tree. Nope. Yes. Dollar Tree has this bread? Yo, Dollar Tree's got nature's own perfect crafted thick sliced white. That is great bread. Wow. We've got all of our Dollar Tree ingredients here. We have all of our Aldi ingredients here. I had never stepped foot into an Aldi until like 2 years ago when they finally moved into LA. Aldi is a German grocery store. We recently found out there's a portmanteau of Albrecht und Discount. But it's a German grocery store that they were kind of known for being like a smaller scale Costco. They cut out a lot of the frills. I remember walking in there for the first time and there's just like giant cereal bags laying on the ground. And I'm like, were they supposed to be there? Do I just grab them? And their cashiers sit down, which cashiers should be allowed to sit down. That should be very normal. Cashiers should be sitting everywhere. And then they also don't have bags. And you have to pay like a nickel for a shopping cart. I don't know. If I'm being honest, Aldi freaks me out. Looking at the prices here, we spent $42 total at Aldi and we spent $27 total at Dollar Tree. However, when you look at the price of the dish, Aldi is $8.57, Dollar Tree is $7.35. Not that big of a difference here, but there are some key differences in the ingredients. Beef patties, beef hearts, which I would say is just beef, right? This is all me, baby. This is like anyways, we got beef hearts, water, textured vegetable protein. We got some soy flour, soy protein concentrate. So there is going to be a lot of like fillers in this, but also it could taste good. You have disodium, inosinate, and guanylate in here, which is also known as beef extract. So it's gonna taste nice and beefy. And then you look over here from Aldi, and this is just pure Black Angus beef from Albrecht Discount. And there's only one ingredient, and it's just Black Angus beef. I will stress, Black Angus has been used as a marketing term by a lot of people. Black Angus is just the most common breed of cow in America, so that's super cool. The burger patties at Aldi are 56% more expensive than the burger patties at Dollar Tree. At Dollar Tree, they only cost 63 cents per patty. Over at Aldi, $1.42. And then we are going to be making a burger sauce to go along with that. All of the condiments from Dollar Tree tended to be more expensive, especially the mustard was over 200% more expensive in price per ounce because they have name brand mustard over at Dollar Tree for some reason, but to me, French's is like the absolute gold standard of yellow mustard. That's what I grew up seeing at like my rich friend's house when I was a kid. But stuff like this is a lot more expensive, whereas you get just the big ol' honkin' bottle. This is even a thinner plastic at Aldi. So you're gonna be saving money on stuff like that when you can buy bigger quantities in bulk. We got cheese. Somehow Velveeta must have the hookup with Dollar Tree.
I tend to love Velveeta. I also do tend to love Kraft when it comes to these single American cheese slices. Then we're gonna be making some garlic fries. We're gonna be using the pre-bagged fries here. I grew up on bagged fries. I absolutely love them. You can customize them any way you want. You can even throw them into a hash for breakfast if you want to. But looking at these, I mean, these are basically the same product, but we're gonna be gussying them up. We're gonna be making garlic fries, which is something in California I grew up eating all the time. You go to a fair, they got garlic fries, they're delicious. We're gonna be using garlic, which I know a lot of chefs say don't use garlic. I say do use garlic. It is heat treated, so it's not gonna be as fresh. You can, oh, it's leaking. You look at the Dollar Tree garlic, and it is a little bit browner, which means it's probably not gonna be as fresh. It was probably treated with more heat, and that's packed in water. Then this looks pretty fresh, but we're gonna put that with some herbs on the fries. It's gonna be close, but man, I keep eyeing that Dollar Tree bread over there. That is maybe the gold standard white bread right here. I'm excited to see what shakes out. Let's get cooking. It's a great day. It's a great day because we're making orange mayonnaise, and that's all I want to eat. That is my favorite food in the entire world. If I could drink it with a boba straw, I absolutely would. Over here, we got all the stuff from Dollar Tree, and then over here, we got all the stuff from Aldi. The funny thing about all these condiments is that Dollar Tree, this is all name brand stuff. So we're rocking French's mustard, we're rocking Hunt's ketchup. I actually really like Hunt's, I think they do a good job. And then Kraft mayo. If you look at the differences in mayos, Kraft mayo, it's always been suspiciously white to me, right? Is that crazy? And it tastes white, it tastes whiter. And if you're saying mayo tastes white, I mean, that tastes real white, you know what I mean? But like mayo has eggs in it. It shouldn't be that white, and somehow this one is. We'll see how that all shakes out. I wanna taste these individually though. I wanna see what we're rocking with. This is the non-name brand mustard that was very, very cheap. That tastes like mustard, man. I don't know. Can you taste the differences in mustard? This is French's mustard, again, the gold standard. Yeah, French's mustard is better. Like they do good work. Okay. Okay, all right. Aldi ketchup over here. Generic brand, very sweet, very, very sweet. Hunt's is also sweet though. Winner, Hunt's! Mayonnaise. This is the best day. It tastes so white. How do they get the white flavor in there? That's a better this is a much better mayonnaise. Okay, we should just start dumping stuff. We got pickles over here. The pickles over at Dollar Tree are called Breckenridge Farms. That is a great pickle brand name. Second only to Vlasic. If you're buying pickles, there's someone named Vlasic making them. Yeah, you're gonna wanna buy from Vlasic. You're like, they're from a country that needed to pickle things. You know what I mean? If you're called Vlasic. That's where all this comes from, you know? You know, people are always like, why do, you know, okay, so like I grew up on like Ashkenazi Jewish food, which is very just Eastern European, and everyone's like, why are there so many beets and pickles? It's like, well, pickles would just last forever, and beets are one of the only vegetables that physically grows in snow. All right, give me like 10 minutes to cut these pickles. The pickles do look very different. The Dollar Tree Breckenridge Farms pickles, they look like they've been pickled longer because you can see it's like penetrated through and it's actually got like a greener inside, where this is a whiter inside. Try it. Pet pickle peeve. My pickle pet peeve. My pet pickle peeve is when they're not crunchy enough. And I don't know if that's a heat issue or how long they've been sitting. Could be a cucumber issue. Not crunchy enough. They're soft. Don't like a soft pickle. This pickle looks hard. You know when you look at a pickle and you just go, that pickle's hard? That was a hard pickle. That's what I want. Fantastic. Yeah, winner, pickles. Have we been keeping score? Aldi, significantly better pickles and mayonnaise. Dollar Tree, significantly better ketchup and mustard. I just love that we've given me a format to be just, yeah, utterly crazy. And all right, well, we're just gonna dump all the stuff in the stuff. Ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise, put all the 3 condiments that you enjoy right in there. We're gonna dump in that onion powder for that little bit of savoriness, black pepper, we like black pepper, paprika because paprika, a little bit of sugar just to round it out, and vinegar. I always miss the clear ones. I miss the clear ones because I think there's nothing there. What if I had an incredibly convenient, aesthetically pleasing vessel to put my salt in at home? And now you can with the Mythical Kitchen Salt Well. It says season your damn food on it. As a little reminder, you should always season your damn food. But honestly, like if you wanna up your cooking game, just have this laying on the counter. That's what I do at home. So every chef does at home. You need salt, you just go grab a big old handful and go pow, and throw it in your stuff. I love salt wells. You need to get yourself a salt well. If you don't got one, go to mythical.com to get it. All right, other stuff. White mayonnaise. God, do they put white food dye in it? That's the thing. People don't know this. There's white food dye. It just makes things whiter. It is weird. I don't understand how it works. Don't understand how it works. Moutarde. In French, how do you say mustard in German? Mustard! Something like that? I think so. Vinegar. It's clear, so I don't see it. All right. Let the record show I'm keeping these bowls on the same side. I like the way that one looks better. The Dollar Tree one, dude, you know what it is? It's the French's mustard. I swear to God, the French's mustard has more turmeric in it. Turmeric's typically what gives mustard its color. If you see like a very fancy mustard that's kind of a pale color, they're probably not putting turmeric in it. Yum! Oh, this one's way better. Oh, that's crazy. The Dollar Tree one, I think it is off the strength of that mustard, because that's doing a lot of that flavor driving, even though you got this incredibly white mayonnaise. If anything, it gave it a better color palette to it. Dollar Tree taking an early lead, but we're gonna see how it actually plays in the burger itself. Julia's been trying to make me learn the choreography to the Beyonce country song for TikTok, and I refuse. That is my hard limit in the relationship. We're frying fries here. We got frozen fries from Aldi. These look quite pallid. These look nice. They ain't Ore-Ida, but they do look good. Crinkle cut, I'm ethically opposed to, but I'm doing this for you, not for me. So we're doing that. The garlic here looks so fresh and good from Aldi. The garlic over there, quite dark, but before I get into it, let's just drop things in the fryer. What's the safest way? I don't know. Just do it. There you go. Drop those fries in the fryer, make sure none of them are overlapping. You can obviously bake these fries, but boy, does nothing make you feel alive like just dropping some already fried French fries right in the fryer. Any good fry is gonna be double fried. Ask the Belgians that, am I right? So like this is honestly just a really good way to cook fries, is fry them, freeze them, fry them again. That's exactly what we're doing. I think these are gonna take a little bit longer, but we're gonna pull them out when they're golden brown, get them in there, toss them with all of our seasonings. Check back in a sec. Okay, the Aldi fries are done. These are looking nice. They're getting crispy. You're gonna take them. You don't wanna you wanna drain them a little bit, but you do want some of the oil to sort of bloom that garlic. So we're gonna take these out. Why does my offhand always just come here? I don't know what to do. Because in basketball, you're guarding someone. You have the offhand guard and the crossover, but when you're cooking, nobody tells you what. Anyways, we're gonna take that. We're gonna dust it with a little bit of garlic powder. Again, get the garlic powder on the hot oil. Yes, sir. We're gonna take some of the green flecks. Here's the thing, green flecks make your stuff taste good. We all know that. And then we're gonna take this garlic and just dump that garlic right in there. We're gonna take a little bit of salt. Where's the salt? I need to season my damn food. I need to season my damn food. Dust some extra salt on there. Even though the fries are already salted. These look freaking incredible. These look like the garlic fries that you would get at like the county fair. I don't know if that's an experience that other people have, county fair garlic fries, but California, Gilroy, California, garlic capital of the world. They have a garlic festival every year. You can get garlic ice cream. Sometime, you guys ever been to the Gilroy Garlic Festival? You guys have never been to the Gilroy Garlic Fest?
I have.
You guys, yeah, I know V has. Come on, I know V has. Of course V's been to the Gilroy Garlic, all right. Garlic, ooh, that's the brownest garlic. That is not Gilroy approved garlic. I'm gonna take like a little bit more oil. Boop that around. Damn, I'm so excited for this meal. We got the fries, hot oil. Aldi looking way better. Those fries are already like pretty golden going in the fryer. They're even more golden coming out. These, you see like, some of them stayed pallid and then some of them like got a little bit of extra browning on it. Inconsistency in the factory. I don't even care who wins, man. I just want to jam on some garlic fries. Let's make some burgers. Hello, heart and textured vegetable protein burger, my old friend. We meet again. I like it. I think it's good. Listen, beef heart is good. You go to a Peruvian spot, you got anticuchos, right? Where are my anticuchos fans? Rise up. Anticucho hive. There we go. I don't know. I think these burger patties are good. These guys are big old hunkers. I will say, this obviously made in a factory. You can tell because there's weird little pock marks in it and it's perfectly cut into a circle. This also made in a factory, but that has pre-made settings to try and make it look hand-formed. Look at this. The dimples in this are that of a father crafting it by hand at a barbecue, not washing his hands in between taking slugs of sun-warmed Coors Light. whatever. So we're gonna start by toasting some bread. We're making a patty melt, one of my favorite sandwiches. Yeah, it's definitely a sandwich, it's not a burger. But we're gonna take some margarine, pop that bread down, just get it nice and toasty. The toastiness of the bread, not only is that gonna add a little bit of flavor, but it's actually going to prevent all of the burger juices and all of that. I switched the margarine knives. They're not butter knives, they're margarine knives now. I just wanna eat that marge. Yeah, sizzle, sizzle. I breathed in and I inhaled margarine fumes and it tasted like movie theater popcorn. Oh, it's still happening. Oh my. I'm drinking, I'm absorbing it like they absorb spice on Arrakis. I just watched Dune and I loved it. Oh man, but they really left meat on the bone by not showing Austin Butler and Leah Seydoux. Now we're just gonna get a little bit of oil down. We're gonna start searing off these burgers. That's just raw meat, so I'll touch the... we don't know if this is raw. We've determined that we don't know if that's raw or cooked, but we know that there's already a bunch of salt and textured soy protein in there. So we're just gonna get these searing down, and then I'm gonna just place these bad boys down. These are not seasoned. We're gonna hit them with a little bit of salt. We're cooking them from frozen, just smash them on a burner. If you look at the bread though, we got the gold standard white bread over here. Not only is it a lot thicker, it seems a lot denser, but in a good way, in a way that would really hold up to a burger. This over here, they're definitely using a lot of dough conditioners in it, which gives it this almost artificial lightness to it. It gives it a lot of rise because there's supplemental proteins in there. And so this, I think, might collapse under the weight of these gigantic ham-fisted hamburger patties. We'll find out. This is it. If you look at the Dollar Tree burger patties, again, this has all that textured vegetable protein and the heart in there. It actually crisps up really well because of those fillers. You get some of that fat leaching out, and then that sort of crisps up like the grain that's inside there. So that's looking fun. Cooking these burger patties from frozen, it's not the way that I would do it per se, but it looks like they're getting done. You got some solid browning on them. So I don't know, these have plumped up a little bit. I tried to smash them out a little bit, and that just ain't work at all. Don't know the science behind why it's so springy, but it is. So we're just gonna add some cheese to it. We're taking the nice Velveeta right here, place that on. I don't like to add the cheese too early because American cheese does not need any help melting. It'll melt just from the latent heat. We're gonna pop that on there. Then we have the Kraft singles. I love Kraft singles for what they are. I don't typically love them for burgers because they kind of do melt too fast and they do get a little wet. I would use something like a Deli Deluxe on it, but for purposes of this, it's gonna work. We're gonna sandwich these on. Boom, pull that, drain a little bit of that grease like a good fry cook. And then this had cheese on it, so I can put it there, yay. We're actually gonna let it rest there because I don't want all that grease to absorb into the bread. Then we're gonna build that burger. There's so much grease. And then we're gonna plate it up. Look at that. Can I drink that? Anybody gonna drink this grease? It's good for you. It helps your BMs. Oh, that's tasty. Check back in a sec. Hamburgers, they're done. Okay, we got our burger sauce here. I'm gonna, still popping, but it is not locking and dropping, which I do find interesting. So we're gonna put a little bit of that burger sauce. That's gonna create a sort of membrane right there, like a prophylactic. And then we're gonna put the burger patties right on top, spread that sauce edge to edge. Here's the thing with the patty melt. When the burgers do not perfectly conform to the size of the bun, I'm gonna offset them slightly. And then we're just gonna place that right there, beautiful. And take the Mythical Kitchen Apron, great for wiping your hands on when you can't find a towel. Go to mythical.com to find it. All right, more burger sauce on there. And crown it as the prince that was promised. Hell yeah. I immediately know which burger that I would prefer, and it is this one right here. I do not think you need good quality beef to make a good hamburger. That's my hot take. I think you need whatever the hell this is, and I'm absolutely in. But it doesn't matter what I think. It matters what our judge thinks. Hey, speaking of which, let's get to judging. Jordan Meyer from Spark.com. Welcome back to Mythical Kitchen.
Thanks for having me.
Your professionalism and astuteness always astound me.
Thank you.
Of course. Before you, we have 2 plates of garlic fries with a patty melt, no onions, because you couldn't find onions. One is from Dollar Tree and one is from Aldi.
Okay.
It'll be your job to suss out which is which and also tell us which one you just like better.
Wow. Okay, I'm very excited. I'm not an Aldi expert, so let's see if I can get this one.
Would you like me to do the ceremonial cutting in half of the patty melts?
Please.
Okay, somebody play the music. No, it's actually the same as the
Yeah.
Here Comes the Bride.
This bread is very wet.
Thank you. I tried my best.
2 patties, cheese. The cheese is pretty melted, which is nice. Tells you it's fake, and I love that. Very saucy. Why 2 patties instead of just 1?
Yes.
It's delicious. It doesn't taste cheap. The one thing that's giving me an initial hint, this looks like actual garlic on these fries. This does not. Yeah, the garlic on this is worse than the garlic on this. That's my initial hint. Okay, I'm gonna do burger to burger and then fry to fry. Okay. Okay, I'm feeling good at this point. Let's do both pickles.
You're double fisting pickles. How could you not feel good?
This pickle looks more pickled than this pickle. Very salty. Less salty, and also not as good.
Interesting. You and I maybe have different pickle ethics here.
Tell me about yours.
Well, all I want from a pickle, I just want it to be hard, right? I just want a hard pickle. I want a nice crunch. I want a nice refreshing bite. To me, some pickles are either over pickled or overly heat treated.
I agree.
They get a little soft. So I
then-
enjoy the hardness of that pickle.
You think this is too soft?
It's too soft of a pickle for me.
Interesting. I think that a lot of pickles can be too soft. I don't think that's too soft.
Fair.
Okay. I think this one is Dollar Tree because it's cheaper. And this one is Aldi. I think it's throwing me off that this patty is rare and this one is not, but the meat quality on this does taste better.
It's a medium.
Okay. The meat quality on this does taste better, and the garlic seems like real garlic. And this pickle is worse. I don't feel as confident about this one as I do about a lot of the other ones. Both taste delicious. I would happily eat either again.
Which one do you prefer?
I think maybe this one because the meat quality is a little nicer and the cheese is meltier, but I would also eat this.
Jordan, on the left side, we have the burger from Dollar Tree. And on the
my
right,
God.
Aldi, the first time you're wrong, that does not make you...
We literally were just like, I've never been wrong at one of these.
You psyched yourself out. No, but that's actually really incredible. You have eaten these same burger patties before in the nachos. These are the ones that are mixed with heart and textured vegetable protein, disodium inositate, disodium guanylate.
It's delicious.
I know, I agree. Heart is good. Anticuchos. You love anticuchos.
Of course.
The best. And then over here, we have it from Aldi. Now, this is pure beef. That's why we chose to cook it a little bit more rare, and we did cook it from frozen. So if I'm being honest, frozen burger, what are you
Sure.
gonna do? And then over here, it's interesting because the fries, you can see they're a little bit more pallid over here. They're a little more golden here. They came out of the
Sure.
bag that way and we fried them at the same temp. The garlic over here, I thought was going to be better, but I agree with you. It tastes worse. This one looked browner.
Yeah. Wow. I'm really thrown for a loop on this one. I'm hungry, so I'm gonna keep eating both.
I am so jealous of watching you eat. And over here from Aldi, it costs $8.57. Over here, $7.35. So the price difference is a little bit negligible.
Kind of negligible, yeah.
Yeah, also better bread over here. Look.
This is much better bread. This bread is soft. Look at it.
Yeah, this held up.
And this one's like more stiff. Isn't it good?
So good. But also the Aldi total receipt is $42, Dollar Tree $27. You're buying a lot more in bulk.
Okay,
in
that
Aldi.
is a big difference.
That's a big difference.
All right, I guess it depends on if you have family or not.
Comment below. Do you have family?
Can Dollar Tree measure up to Target? Today we're answering the question, does it actually matter where you buy your groceries? We're gonna be making one lasagna with ingredients from the Dollar Tree. We are going to be making another lasagna with ingredients from the Target. God, what happened to that dog? I hope he's okay. We are going to have a judge come in and taste test these blind to see which lasagna is better. Buckle up! We're about to go down a rabbit hole of, what was that one cashier? Sean from Target? Alex from Target? We got Alex from Target coming in to guest judge today. Stick around. We booked him, right? To any Italians that are watching our show, 1, thank you for sticking around after we made Cajun chicken fettuccine alfredo. 2, you must suspend what you believe lasagna to be, because we're making like a good old down-home classic home ec and middle school ass lasagna right now. We got our oven-ready lasagna sheets. That means that the lasagna sheets have already been boiled and then dried, so all you got to do is stack everything with the sauce and the cheese and all that stuff and throw it in the oven. It was significantly more expensive at Target, obviously, than Dollar Tree. We have used Columbia brand pasta at Dollar Tree, and I think it's perfectly fine. A great thing about lasagna, it's a casserole, right? Or casserole in Italian, which means that you're not looking for the perfect al dente pasta, right? You can hide a lot of flaws in that. A tough thing to hide here, our good old friend, Risparmio grated topping. We've used this product before. It's tough. There is real Parmesan in it, but it's all the things that are not Parmesan in here that give it a little extra funk. It's basically a bunch of dairy whey powder. Speaking of dairy whey powder, you might notice that there ain't no ricotta cheese, or ricotta, as Giada De Laurentiis would say. There's none of that here because we're gonna be making our own ricotta. It's actually a really fun, easy technique to do at home, and we also couldn't find it at the Dollar Tree, and Americans love to put ricotta cheese into a lasagna. So we're gonna be making that with some milk and lemon juice. Overall, the groceries at Target cost us $92.86 or something, and then it costs about $43 over here at the Dollar Tree. However, in the words of Joe Pesci from My Cousin Vinny, if you look at the actual per dish price over at Target, it's only about $31 versus just under $28 over at the Dollar Tree. So you're working with a lot bigger quantities here at the Target than you are at the Dollar Tree. Certain key differences that we're gonna find though, sausage at Dollar Tree was more expensive because they got Farmer John. I grew up eating Farmer John sausage. This is a great Southern California product. Big Farmer John guy. That was actually about 300% more expensive than original pork sausage. You might be used to this modern pork sausage. No. Not at Target. They're going back to the original recipe. We'll see. God, I love the way sausage bounces. But overall, I think when you shove all of this stuff into a lasagna, it's gonna bake up and be pretty even. It's going to take somebody with a very discerning palate to tell the difference, but I'm excited to get down to cooking. My favorite thing about the Italian language is the different dialects. And the Giada De Laurentiis dialect, what we're making right now is called ricotta. And the James Gandolfini dialect, that is called rigat. And I think that's beautiful. We're making ricotta cheese from scratch, and we have oven-ready noodles that are pre-boiled to make everything as easy as possible, and we are making the cheese as difficult as possible. But hey, listen, every Mythical Kitchen video, it's like a smorgasbord. It's like a hometown buffet. You go, you choose what you want to learn from it and what you don't. We're gonna teach you how to make ricotta today, because you know that's what we're doing. And also, again, they did not have it at the Dollar Tree. We're gonna add a hefty pinch of salt to the milks. I am going to probe them like what the aliens are going to do to me when they land. We got 180 degrees here. We're looking for 195, big number. Who's got 195 out here? 185 over there. We're going to add acids, the most basic cheese in the world, which is ricotta, also known as farmer's cheese or cottage cheese, because farmers kind of live in cottages sometimes, you know what I mean? It's just made simply with an acid and dairy. You can add something like rennet, which is an enzyme that is found in a calf's stomach, to make more complex cheeses like mozzarella. In the Giada De Laurentisian Italian, mozzarella. James Gandolfini would say mozzarella. But you can do that if you add rennet. Otherwise, we're just making the most simple version. 183, what do I got here, 189, we're cranking on it. Who has a question? Maggie.
Oh, you were talking about Italians getting angry with food. We have a podcast episode about that.
We have a podcast about why Italians get so mad about food, featuring a real-life Italian. He was a really nice man. QCP. You're a good bloke. As they say in Italy. 193, we're shutting it down. We're going to go ahead and we are going to add our lemon juice and our vinegar. We're gonna let that set. We're gonna take that off the heat. Well, it's pretty much off the heat. What do we got? So right now the acids are curdling the milk into the curds and whey, and then you can strain off the curds, and then you're gonna save that whey to drink for protein. Oh yeah! Yo, if I come in here and start drinking cheese discard, you guys gonna be weirded out? I'm gonna do it. Nicole's not. Nicole's a trooper. Lemon and vinegar. The lemon juice from Target was a lot more expensive than the lemon juice from the Dollar Tree. I don't think that's gonna affect anything in terms of ricotta. If you were, say, making like a lemon curd, there are differences in quality of lemon juice, but like, dog, you're curdling milk already. You guys ever have a cement mixer shot?
Yes, I have.
Just like lime juice, vodka, and milk?
Baileys?
Add or Bailey's. Yeah, it's Bailey's. It's lime juice, vodka, and there's just lime juice and Bailey's. Anyways, you're getting drunk off cheese. We're gonna let this set and strain it. There you have it. Our soup is done. Now we just gotta plate it up. And look at that. You can see the curds forming in there. We're gonna ladle it through some cheesecloth. If you ever wondered why cheesecloth is called cheesecloth, it's because they actually make it from cheese. The only thing that will strain cheese is other cheese itself. So that's where the name comes from. A couple ladles. I wanna see this drain real quick, because I wanna see how the curds are set up, and then I wanna give it a little taste. See if we can suss out any of the quality there. Oh, that's fun. You can hear it. The sound, can you hear it? Here, I'm gonna lean my mic to it. It sounds like someone peeing who has prostatitis. Weak stream. Yeah. Yeah, okay, you got it. Everyone gets your prostates checked. That's how you know we're the YouTube channel of old people. Scoop up a little bit of that. Fresh hot ricotta. It's honestly better than store-bought. It's really nice. I mean, store-bought is fine. Shout out Iron Garden. I don't know, man, both just taste like milk and lemon juice. No, you actually don't taste lemon juice at all because the lemon juice is what separates everything. It's just pure milk protein. Well, we're gonna take our sack of wet curds and we're just gonna let it sit there. Now we're gonna start making some lasagna. I only have one spoon here. Funny joke, guys, where's the other spoon? Guys, come on. No, it's fine. No, guys, I know, somebody has the other spoon. Where is it? Where is the spoon? Where is the other spoon? Oh, hey, Nicole, you have the other spoon. And you're also wearing the incredible new Mythical t-shirt and Mythical scrunchies. This t-shirt is available to buy on the website where we sell it. And the scrunchie, I don't know what it does per se. It holds your hair up, but you can also wear it on your wrist. As you see, Nicole has hair, and she is currently putting it into the scrunchie. And these things exist, and we'd like you to buy them if that's something that you think would improve your life. As you can see, the t-shirt comes in shirt variety. We have many colorful characters on it. Is that me? I'm sort of like a demon. Yeah, I'm like a voracious demon eating one of the letters covered in slime. Well, that's the t-shirt, and I think it's really fun. See ya. Did you lose your voice? We're making a meat sauce is what we're doing right here. We're gonna crank these on. We're going real rough and dirty. We're starting with pre-seasoned sausage right here. The great thing about doing that is that you don't have to add as many seasonings to your meat. You're gonna infuse a lot of flavor throughout that. So first off, we're gonna get some fat here. We got some oil, a little bit of margarine. This is like doing the old oil butter combination, which is always a fun thing. We're gonna lube up the handle. That way it's gonna make the stirring so much faster. Lube up all your kitchen equipment. It'll make you a faster cook. No friction. Lubed up both handles now. And then we're gonna wait for this to heat up. We wanna brown off some sausage. Speaking of brown and sausage, that's the brownest sausage I've ever seen. Most sausage, some would say, is supposed to look red on account of meat. Should be red. This might be old. However, sausage is literally a meat preservation technique, and so we're probably not gonna get sick. This is actually a valuable tip. I have a valuable tip for people. Incredible. Smell your meat all the time. I do this all the time at home, and it freaks Julia out because I smell it, and she goes, "What's wrong? What's wrong with it?" And I go, "Nothing." And the reason I know nothing is wrong with it is because I smelled it. If it repulses you, that means you shouldn't be eating it, and it will be very clear when meat repulses you. This does not repulse me. It does smell a little like blue cheese. Just like grass-fed, dry-aged. I don't know. No, I know it's not that, but this, here, come here. Does this not smell like a dry-aged steak? Does it not have that like blue cheese, rindy tang to it? No? Oh, she's lost her voice. She's choosing not to speak. She's giving the silent treatment. Dumping in the meat, dumping in the sausage. Ah! Okay. And now, use the old lubed up ambidextrous technique. They call it the pepper grinder. So you're gonna go ahead and just smash up your sausage, get it as broken up as possible. Come back in a couple minutes, we'll have it all smashed. Been doing this for about 8 minutes. Just order takeout. Just do it, go get some El Pollo Loco. Yeah, good family meal deals. No, we're committed to the lasagna. I wanna try the sauce, I wanna try the salsiche. God, I love sausage, man. The fact that humans figured out that we can slaughter animals, mix them with tasty things, and stuff that animal back inside its own intestine and create that? Wow. I don't care about cathedrals, skyscrapers, or cars. I care about shoving animals back inside themselves. This has more meat. The Farmer John sausage, this is more expensive. It is higher quality in terms of this one definitely has more fillers in it. You can tell that because it's snappier, it's a little bit looser. This one definitely has more meaty chew. The flavors, though, very similar. Bunch of garlic. Shots in there, garlic. A lot more expensive from the Target. That one, you want to toast the garlic in a little bit of those sausage fat spices down there. Hell yes. Ditto which other spices? We got onion, garlic, we got black pepper, we got crushed red pepper, we got oregano, and Italian seasoning. If you shave your mustache, you might be able to pass for an Italian. Anyone name that movie? And then we pause for trivia and we have a lower third pop up. Can we do that? Can we do that? That is actually smelling super fragrant. I just want to nosh on more sausage. That was for nothing culinarily. I just wanted to eat it. Go ahead. Dump in tomato puree, and then we also want some chunks of tomatoes. I like getting some nice rustic chunks. We're gonna add that in there. A little bit of sugar. They say, when I say they, I mean the Italians. Now, not every Italian says this, but some do. I don't know if I believe in it, but I also think it's bad luck to buck thousands of years of cooking tradition, even though tomatoes didn't get to Italy until, didn't really get popular until the mid 1700s. They thought they were poisoned for a while. But anyways, they say you add a little pinch of sugar and it neutralizes the acidity of tomatoes. Kind of doesn't really work that way. It just adds sugar to your sauce, which is perfectly fine if you like that. But again, we do it because one old Italian lady told me to do it, and it's bad luck if you don't. An Italian curse is among the worst kind of curses. You know what the worst one is? Latvian. You ever been cursed by an old Latvian lady? Doesn't leave. I want to taste it. The canned tomatoes were more expensive at Target. There's a lot of fraud in the canned tomato industry. This is a real thing. Certain brands of canned tomatoes I like really trust.
Josh, you cannot add sugar to that.
Oh shoot, dude. Oh my God. No, thank you, Nicole. Wait, oh, I put a little drop of that in there. No, we gotta put a little drop of this in there. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Everyone stop freaking out. This one looks way darker. Well, I'm just gonna get different spoons. I don't know what's going on anymore, man. I'm going Korean soup spoon and this guy. Let's give the sauce a little taste. Korean soup spoons, one of the top 6 soup spoons in the world. I love the length of Korean soup spoons, but I don't love their soup holding capacity. I'm not asking for any of you to fix it, but someone needs to. Damn, that is really good. That's a really high quality tomato puree in there. Try this. You know what I think it is? I think there might be added sugar in the tomato puree that we use at the Dollar Tree because it is. The sweetness really is countering the acid. They taste really similar, getting some more spice off the sausage in there, a lot more meaty bite in there. I think this is a much more balanced sauce. I think I know I'm supposed to be an impartial judge here, full on rooting for Dollar Tree at this point. We need to win, baby. This is a Latvian soup spoon. Well, we've got all of our ingredients. HOTTOGO. Lasagna is sure to be a feminine. Start building lasagna. Should I do this ambidexterally? No, too difficult. I run from challenges. That's not what I want to do first, but I did it. What we're gonna do, we're gonna prepare the ricotta. So we have the ricotta that we made here. We're gonna add a little bit of cream cheese. Listen. Add cream cheese to your pastas. Lean into the BuzzFeed tastyification of all American cuisine. We're gonna add a hefty pinch of Italian seasoning. We're gonna add another hefty pinch, but leave half of it back in there. We're gonna add a tiny pinch of black pepper. We're gonna do the same size pinch. My left should grab enough. Take another full pinch, drop half of that in there. Tiny pinch black pepper. He's gone insane. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and take the rest of the cream cheese here, and then we're gonna slop this around. Oh, there's another thing we're gonna do. The Parmesan cheese. This is a big factor. This could lead to the destruction of the Dollar Tree, because as you can see, this is not cheese. This is a powder. This is meant to go on the popcorn at the movies. Boom, right in there. Ooh, the way that, you can inhale cheese fumes.
And then we're gonna take this, which is Parmesan cheese is the number one ingredient. That's good. And then there's a lot more. Cornstarch, just to protect caking, powdered cellulose, aka wood pulp. I don't know why I did that. I didn't have any better way to do it. I want to lick my hands. It's incredibly chewy. It is hard, like you're a termite chewing through wood. That's what cellulose is. But adds a nice texture. I'm gonna slop this around. The ricotta over here did turn out a little bit creamier. But I don't think there's any variables from that we can actually take away from. This is looking lovely though. This is gonna be a good lasagna. What's another Chapel Roan song? What's the Pink Pony Club? I don't have any way to work that into this.
Feminine nomenon.
Feminine, I already said, oh, did I say that already?
Casual.
It was a casual reference, thank you.
Good luck, babe. Good luck, babe.
Thank you too, babe. This is tasting really freaking good though. That homemade ricotta, it's fun. Like, I don't know. I'm somebody that enjoys cooking. If you enjoy cooking too, maybe you do. It's fun to take up little projects like making your own ricotta. I knew somebody that made ricotta in their college bathtub. Maybe they were lying and they were actually making drugs. I don't know. But I ate them. Just fast forward through all this. I don't want to talk anymore. I'm tired. Can we fast forward through it all? I won't talk. I'm just gonna build lasagna. You can see it's just all this has to, you understand. I'm gonna do what do they call it? Foley for the ASMR. I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's just, listen, there's a certain amount of time this takes. And I still don't know what to do with my left hand. I'm gonna give a cooking thing. The sauce absorbs into the noodles. That's it. You guys ever see a ziggurat? Man, that ziggurat's big. All right, so what we did is we've layered alternately sauce, cheese, noodle, sauce, cheese, noodle, sauce, cheese, noodle until we are now here. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna bake this off. We're gonna top it with cheese later because we want these noodles to cook and we want all this sauce wet, the tomato wet, to absorb into the noodle dry. The noodle dry, tomato wet, lasagna. You know what I'm saying? Made sense in my head. I'm gonna do it again. Don't cut. Don't you dare cut the cameras. Can we do the music that's... That one? You know? Yeah.
Oh, you're so off.
I am not a musically inclined man. I need another spoon.
Order of your lasagnas are now incorrect.
No, they're not.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Okay.
Why? Why do you think they're incorrect?
I thought you didn't put any sauce down.
I put sauce down.
You put sauce, noodle, sauce, cheese?
Hmm?
Okay.
Okay.
Never mind.
Good
Sorry.
talk.
I'm sorry to accuse you of doing
Cole never
You're right,
believes
Josh.
me.
You're right.
Cole the accuser is what we call her.
Who was the accuser before Nicole the accuser?
I don't know. There's probably some like Russian czar. Ivan the Terrible, Catherine. They had a lot of those. Satan! That's what I was thinking of. That's what you remind me of, Nicole. Satan! There we go. Okay, it's all coming together. You know what's funny is I like doing this at home. There's not 9 people watching me all trying to get on with their days. You know what I mean? When I'm at home, I'm more just I'm listening to System of a Down or something. I go, stop it! It's fun. And there's a cat biting at my feet sometimes, but I feed him little scraps of cheese and he's fine. Cats love cheese. Garfield loves lasagna. All right. Mondays, am I right? We got lasagnas in. We should remember which one is which. The one on the right is Target. That's going in the oven. You bake that out. That should cover it. All right, we're gonna put that. No.
Yep.
We got foil. What do you mean, we get foil? Josh has to do everything. All right. This is the Josh show.
Brought to you by Josh Brand Wines. I wish.
Label it.
What?
Label it.
All right, the one with a little pinch of herbs on it is Target. This is labeled, herbs are Target. And it's on the right. It's oven right, not the real right. Dollar Tree. I have just a little cheese stamp on it. Dollar Tree's cheese. Target is herbs. I labeled them, Nicole. Are you happy? We're gonna leave that in the oven 40 minutes covered, then we're gonna take it out, we're gonna top it with some cheese, hop it back in uncovered for about 15 minutes, then you gotta let it rest for about 15 minutes, and you're gonna need to rest for at least 3-4 hours after all this. You're gonna wanna take a nap, you're gonna wake up, you're gonna forget that, oh God, lasagna's in the oven, then you go, oh no, thankfully I took them out. Then you're gonna have to heat it up for about, I don't know, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. By about 11:35 p.m., you'll be ready to eat. Gwyneth of House Stewart.
That's
The
me.
realm of the sport. Welcome. We've made gigantic slabs of lasagna. What it lacks in aesthetic beauty, it makes up for in size.
It's gargantuan, but could really use some green stuff.
Ain't got no green stuff at the Dollar Tree. Speaking of which, one of these is made with Dollar Tree ingredients. The others, you've done this before. They've watched this before. One of them is made with Target ingredients. Your job is to eat them and guess which one's is which.
Okay.
You got any thoughts about the appearance?
Honestly, the sheer size is intimidating, but arousing, frankly.
Yep. If I had a nickel for every time I heard that, I'd be broke. Can I go down here?
Yeah.
Thank you.
What are you getting? Oh, ranch.
The ranch cannot be used to judge it,
Okay.
but this is the perfect ranch lasagna. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Just like they make in Bologna.
Thank you so much. Okay, now I'm gonna try the second one. I thought that this one tastes really good.
Thanks.
Oh, okay. I taste a difference.
What are you tasting?
There's something different about the meat in this one that I'm actually not enjoying as much, I don't think.
Can you pinpoint, is it the flavor, is it the texture?
I think it's a combination of the two. Did you use different meats in these?
There are different meats, they have different brands of sausages, but both are pre-made Italian sausage. So there is gonna be a big difference.
Okay, listen. Now I have to taste one of these meat
Also, we made our
morsels.
own ricotta.
You did?
They didn't have ricotta at the Dollar Tree, so we just got some lemon juice and milk and we just did it.
I think that's incredible, but also I've made my own ricotta before, so it's not that impressive.
I turned the car into pizza once. I just want you to say you're proud of me.
Good job.
Thanks.
I think I like this one better. This is a tough one, okay?
Lasagna can hide a lot of flaws because it's just a bunch of layers of slop baked into a brick.
But I'm ready.
Go in it on a 3, 2, 1. You're gonna put your hand over the dish that you think tastes better in 3, 2, 1.
I think this one tastes better.
And where do you think this one is from?
I'm gonna guess this one's from Target.
That one is in fact from the Dollar Tree. And I'm
Wow.
shocked you didn't get that from the absolute fine dusting of snow that they call Parmesan cheese.
Oh, that's so true. My gosh. Yeah, you're totally right.
The difference is this is made with Farmer John pork sausage, which was more expensive, and this was made with Target's own original brand of pork sausage. We all agree that the Farmer John is significantly better.
Right? That's great. That's so nice. See, you can get good quality items at Dollar Tree. You might have to make your own ricotta, but like I said, it's not that hard. I'll go make some ricotta right now, honestly.
How much bathtub ricotta are you making? That
Who said anything about bathtub ricotta?
sounds like a weird euphemism. I don't like that.
I know.
No, I knew a girl in college that made ricotta in her bathtub. but-
Really?
Yeah, she was
Wait, I have to know why.
well, she's Italian.
Oh, okay.
Gwyneth, thank you so much for eating our giant slabs of lasagna, and thank you so much for watching Gwyneth eat our giant slabs of lasagna and for watching Mythical Kitchen. We got more episodes coming up next. Tell us what grocery stores you want to see take on Dollar Tree next and what you want to see us make.
Yeah.
Catch y'all next time. Today we're putting 2 grocery stores to the test. It is Costco versus Dollar Tree. Today we'll be answering the question, does it actually matter where you buy your groceries? Now I'm going to make 2 identical dishes of chicken enchiladas, the whole enchilada, not a partial enchilada, despite the recession. That's why we're testing Dollar Tree versus Costco. Which one of them is recession proof? Big bulk versus small quantities. We're about to find out. This is about as opposite as it gets. A judge is gonna come in, taste the 2 dishes, see if they can guess which grocery store it came from, and decide which one they like better. The Kitcheneers are out shopping right now. Let's see what they got. You might be looking at all the foods in front of you and you say, Josh, why?
Costco, Dollar Tree, these are not contemporaries of each other. You've done Dollar Tree versus Dollar General, you've done Costco versus Sam's Club. That makes sense. But so does this, and let me explain why. Cricket, not now, but I hear you. Both Costco and Dollar Tree are valid ways to try and save money. Costco, you're buying in bulk to try and drop the total price because you're working with economies of scale, whereas Dollar Tree, you're buying smaller quantities of items. So what we're going to do is we are going to make a plate of chicken enchiladas, and then we're gonna compare the actual price per dish between the two, because right now, this is the dividing line. All this is the stuff from Costco. You wanna buy beans at Costco, you're buying capital B beans from Costco, whereas Dollar Tree, you got these little bitty beans. Our entire grocery run from Costco cost $218, and our entire grocery run from Dollar Tree cost $33. So Costco is 547% more expensive than Dollar Tree for the total grocery haul, but we'll see how it nets out when it comes to a per dish basis. We're making chicken enchiladas, and since the Dollar Tree, they ain't sell no fresh chicken breast, normally you'd cook it and shred it and do all that, we are using canned chicken, which I grew up eating. There ain't nothing wrong with canned chicken. If you'd eat canned tuna and fresh tuna, why not canned chicken and fresh chicken? Once you mix it with all the cheese and the enchilada sauce, or with some rice and beans, you don't even notice that it's canned chicken. Oh God, and then from Costco, we have just the giant packs over here. I'm actually really curious to see how this nets out in the end, because I know so many people that have gone to Costco assuming that it's cheaper, buying 10-pound bags of spinach and watching 8 pounds of that go to waste because they just don't know how to cook 10 pounds of spinach. So this to me is really interesting. I've long been a little bit skeptical of buying in bulk, but at the same time, Dollar Tree, I mean, we've seen some of their products, like the cheese that we're using is this kind of block of cheddar, Casa del Sol. We love that Spanish for Casa of Sol. We gotta make our enchiladas, our rice and beans, and we gotta make 900 of them with all the Costco stuff. Who wants 50 pounds of rice to take home? You do? Yeah, there we go, we know you do. We're making rice and beans because ultimately this is an ode to the beautiful Mexican-American invention that is the combination plate. When Mexican-American restaurants started opening up in, like, you know, the 1940s, 1950s, they're like, what do Americans love more than anything in the world? And that is a value. So if you just put a giant heaping helping of rice and beans on a plate along with the tacos, enchiladas, tamales, chile relleno, whatever you got out there, then people are gonna think that you're getting a really good deal. And you are, because rice and beans rules. And if you've never made your own Mexican rice, just that like delicious, kind of fatty, orange, flavorful rice, it is my favorite thing in the world. I'm a big proponent of just adding flavor to every single part of your dish. And like, the biggest sin that Chipotle committed was probably all the E. coli they gave people. But the other one was just putting like white rice in burritos. That was a weird tonal shift that happened in America. So we're going back to orange rice, dang it, and that's what we're doing right here. I'm gonna crank the heat on both of these pans. We got some vegetable oil. It's gonna go in. We're gonna get in some aromatics. Dollar Tree don't got no aromatics. They don't got no fresh garlic. They don't got no fresh onions. They ain't got no fresh ginger. What they do have though, they have garlic. That's some brown garlic. We got garlic over at the Costco. This is the place to get garlic, because you get the biggest jars of garlic you ever seen. You got the jumbo garlic jars out there. Woo! Oh God, that smells good. You can tell how garlic tastes by the smell. The Costco garlic does smell a lot stronger and a lot fresher, which means you're probably just gonna get that, because garlic, you're really going for the smell. It's a lot of those like volatile compounds and the garlic, kind of that like sulfuric nature. We're gonna get that in there. I'm actually gonna throw the rice in the oil. I love toasting up my rice a little bit. Like, you see that technique a lot in, like, I don't know, like Spanish food, stuff like that. Get the rice kind of coated in the oil. That's gonna give it like a really nice texture too when it actually cooks. Surely the rices are gonna be the same, right? Right, rice everywhere, kind of the same. Perfect, we're gonna let that sit. So, orange rice. How do you make orange? Check this out. I know what you're saying, it's not a color. Yeah, red, green, blue, that's it. Wait, red, green, but no, red, blue, yellow. What are the primary colors? Point is yellow and red. That's how you do it. We're getting some yellow from chicken bouillon in here. That's also gonna give you a lot of that delightful MSG. It's perfect. We got a packed bouillon cube here versus powdered chicken bouillon. I'm just gonna give that a little taste, dude. If you're hungry, you're feeling peckish, but you don't want like a full snack, put some chicken bouillon on your tongue, you're gonna have a good time. Try this bouillon. It tastes like it's something for like horses to keep them running longer, you know what I mean? Just a little salt tablet, that's what I need. I'm ever running out of gas, I don't need more coffee, just hit me some chicken bouillon. That's good. Ooh, that Dollar Tree bouillon. That got those good polysyllabic words in there. I'm a fan. All right. Get some tomato in there. Toast the tomato right into the rice. Get a little bit of burn on your tomato. We are developing layers of flavor, and it does not matter what level of produce you are working with. You can develop levels of flavor with proper cooking techniques. So scorch some of that tomato right into the pan. Get it a little bit extra caramelized. Dried onions. They're just gonna rehydrate in the rice. It's nice. You don't need wet onions anymore. They figured out how to dry them. This is good. This is what I do at home. I just make like a giant pot of like some sort of orange baked rice dish with any different combination of spices in there. And then I just like add it to random stuff throughout the week. This is a great meal prep option. Well, this is toasting up. It's etymology time with Josh. I know you missed it. Okay, so check out the words like enchilada and empanada, right? It's like the same, but sub in chill for pan. Pan means bread, so empanada literally means like to embreaden. Like to bread something is like empanazar, I think is the verb. And then like enchilada is the same thing. It's just to add chili to something, to enchili something. And so enchilada is literally just tortillas with a pure chili puree on it. In the like very like American lens, like I grew up with just like cheesy baked casserole ass enchiladas, and that's kind of more what we're going for here rather than like a traditional, I don't know, like Oaxacan enchilada or enmolada. If you thought I was making Oaxacan food from the Dollar Tree, you're mistaken. I wish. I'm dropping my water into the rice, putting in the chicken bouillon. Hold on, I'm getting to you. Give me a second, buddy. There we go. Y'all ever talk to your food like it's a living creature? No? Just me? You gotta talk to your food, man. It's like, so there's a Japanese hammer thrower, right? Koji Morifushi, that believed that you had to like treat your throwing implements with respect. So he used to like give his hammer, the 3-foot ball on a wire, 7.26 kilos. He used to give it massages. He used to like brush it with oils because he believed if you treated your hammer well, it would go far. And then he won gold in 04 Olympics, Athens. Yeah, Koji Morifushi. Like 82-70? Look up Koji Morifushi's winning throw in 2004. You thought it was 05? You thought the Olympics in 2005, the odd year? Yeah. All right. Rice is coming to a boil. I'm shutting this down. Once this comes to a boil, you can just pop a lid on, and you can throw this right in the oven. This is gonna cook up nice. All right, we got Koji Morifushi's winning throw. I'm gonna pop these in the oven. Okay, figure out. Woo! No, it's got to stay open.
Josh, you got the 2004 gold for hammer throw.
Yeah, what was the distance?
Let me tell you.
All right, well, they're looking up the distance of Koji Morifushi's 2004 gold medal winning hammer throw in Athens. We're gonna make beans. Do you actually have to soak your beans? Not necessarily. I have found that they do come out better if you also soak them in baking soda. Baking soda will actually help break down the skin of beans, but we're just gonna dump beans into the pot. These are the beans from the Costco. You see when you soak the beans, they kind of like hold some of the moisture. The beans over at Dollar Tree are interesting because they actually soaked up a lot more liquid, which makes me think that like maybe they was older beans that were drier. Kind of unclear, but either way, we'll see how it nets out when we actually finish cooking it. You could like sweat down garlic and onions, even some bay leaf, whatever, in oil. But for me, ultimately, these are kind of all going in the same place. These are gonna cook for like hours. What's it, 8278? That's my guess.
8291.
Oh, that was pretty close. Pretty good, man. Koji had a run. I've added chicken bouillon, more bouillon, put all your bouillon things, garlic, onions, all the classic beans. Again, if we had bay leaf, or my favorite, a little hoja de aguacate, a little avocado leaf in your beans, dude, that's the best thing you'll ever eat in your life. I tell you what, right back to McConaughey. So, garlic, onion, bouillon. This is all going in the pot. We're just gonna bring this to a boil, let that drop to a simmer, stir it up. Then we got beans. We're gonna mash them up because I like refried beans. I'm a refried bean over whole bean guy pretty much any day of the week, but that is because I have a penchant for paste. The best enchiladas I've ever had in my life were at a restaurant called La Diosa de los Moles by Chef Rocio Camacho in Bell Gardens, California. These will not be the best enchiladas I've ever had, but it's gonna be really tasty. Like I said, we're making like a very American version, right? The very like casserole style, baked, cheesy, it's delicious, it's filling. It's honestly tastes more akin to a lasagna. You'll see, I'll just start making it. And then if you have any questions, you just ask me and I'll answer them. All right, oh, there's a lot of stuff. I'm getting the overwhelm. We'll figure it out. All right, we got oil. Oil's going in. We're gonna start with the roux. Then we're gonna add our spices into the roux and kind of toast that up. Okay, if I don't make eye contact with you, don't be alarmed. Okay, we're gonna dump that there. Spoons. Just keep rocking back and forth. I feel like I'm on a Carnival cruise ship. Chili powder. These look wildly different. Weird. This chili powder is a lot redder over at the Dollar Tree. This one a lot kind of like darker, which I don't exactly know what that would indicate. Because paprika is also just chili powder because it's just dried ground up peppers. I don't know. We'll see how it tastes in the sauce, and we'll like taste and readjust our seasoning if we need to. Get some damn garlic in there, man. Here's the thing. People are like, garlic sucks because it loses all the potency of fresh garlic. All right, add 10 times more. That's what I do. Cooking hacks with Josh. This is happening. I might switch to whisk when I add in. Do I need to toast anything else up? Nah. This is going. Spilled most of that out of there. That's great. How's that one doing? You guys see? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. She's going. Uh-oh. She's going. Nah, that's just nice and toasty. All right, cool. We're going to get that over here. We're going to... Pants are too tight today to do the splits. Grew up watching Bloodsport about 4 times a year, so Jean-Claude Van Damme splits are over here. And yeah, this is comfortable. And so, well, here's the thing. Doing the splits doesn't increase my arm span. Huh. Okay, other things we're adding. Garlic powder. A little bit of cider vinegar for acidity. We're going to add oregano in there because oregano is delightful and it is a very common Mexican herb, and it's just gonna like add that little je ne sais quoi to your dish. Look at me, it's in French. God damn it, I'm smart. Can I put a whisk into the nonstick pan? Don't tell them. Just don't tell them. I know. Oh, we're all getting cancer. What do you think the 5G's doing to you? Hey, do you like watching me flounder about in a kitchen? What if I told you for the first time ever, you can do that live with Survive the Mythical Kitchen. Mythical Kitchen first ever ticketed live stream. We're really excited. We're working really, really hard on it, putting all the Kitcheneers through their toughest kitchen battle yet. Lily, you excited?
I'm so excited.
Are you gonna win?
Yeah.
How badly do you want it?
I want it back.
She wants it pretty bad. See, listen to the passion in her voice. Check it out. Go to mythicalkitchenlive.com. We got tickets on sale right now. If they don't buy that after that, they're not gonna buy it after, right? That's all I'm saying. I think that was a great promo. Okay, this is whisking up somewhat smooth. That's perfectly fine. I want to salt this. We've decided I should probably measure out my salt these days. Enough with the old Josh toddler handful method. Okay, I want to give this a taste because I want to adjust the chili powder. This one's looking a lot darker. We're gonna get some tomato in there real quick. Hear me out. There we go. This looks like the soup with El Torito. All right. You do get a lot of chili flavor. Not as strong as if you just like, use actual blended chilies, but I'm just gonna do this real quick, man. Do I measure it? Who wants me to actually measure my ingredients? All right. 1 more teaspoon. F it, 2 teaspoons. Bang, in there. I'm just dumping. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, crank it. All right. I think I should go whole can. We'll start with half can. Half can tomatoes. Again, typically tomatoes aren't in enchiladas, but like, typically you don't use canned chicken either. And here we are. And it's gonna taste good. Again, there is no wrong way to make food taste good when you are cooking at home for your family. Unless you're adding like lead-based paint to your food. Don't do that. Chicken. We gotta talk about chicken real quick because over at the Costco, this chicken claims that it is 7 ounces of chicken. This chicken over at the Dollar Tree claims it is 4.5 ounces of chicken. Now, I ain't good at doing the quick maths, but that means this is like roughly, I don't know, like 60% this in volume. However, if you drain the chickens, the court will see that the Dollar Tree chicken drained this much liquid versus this much in the Costco chicken. So the total measurement of ounces there are the contents of the can, not the contents of the meat. Drink that later as a protein shake. This is 7 cans of Dollar Tree chicken versus only 2 cans of the Costco chicken. So you are getting so much more actual meat, and it looks a lot better too. We'll try it. This looks like big chunky flakes of pure chicken breast. This one kind of looks a little bit gnarled. Wait, I know I say the things a lot, but I've never said this sentence in the Mythical Kitchen. That's the best canned chicken I've ever had over at the Dollar Tree. It's really good. A lot of canned chicken can tend to get kind of like mushy. This is really retained a lot of its like protein too. Over the Costco, it's not bad. This one's actually more salted. This is like excellent. I would shred this up, put it in salsa, put it in burritos. 100% at home. Don't mind the can wet. We're gonna mash this up. Oh God. Can I do it with my hands? Are people gonna judge me? I'm gonna go watch it. Check this out. Check this out. Now, valid teaching moment here. Here's what you do. Wash your hands, get it nice. Lather up the soap, warm water.
Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, dear Josh. Sorry your dad flew to Philadelphia without telling you. Oh, did I really put it back in? Come back with me to the sink. Check it out. You gotta use your elbow for the soap. Boom. What? Nah, check it out. Elbow. Come on. Come on, you piece of shit. Bop. God damn it, guys. Are all of these cans mine? Someone Winnie, get all these cans. They are. Jeez, dude. It's unacceptable. It's mine now, punk! Saving the Diet Coke for dessert. Okay. A little bit. Just a little bit. A little bit of enchilada sauce just to wet the chicken. Saving the rest for the top. Just a little bit of enchilada sauce to wet and flavor the chicken, but we are pouring all this enchilada sauce on top. There we go. Now, cheese. We want this to bind the chicken. So we're tossing that right in there. We're gonna make a kind of chicken paste that we're gonna put inside the tortillas. They didn't have corn tortillas at the Dollar Tree. We're using flour tortillas. Again, we said very, very American, but this is kind of taking it to the next level. Flour tortillas are not my preferred enchilada tortilla, but you know what? Again, if you think about it like lasagna, or oh my God, what's the dish? It's a Sardinian dish. Sardinia, come on, Sardinia. It's like I can remember the name. They take like pane carazao and they layer it with the pecorino and the brodo and they bake it. Look up like Sardinia, zuppa gallurese. Thanks for the help, everybody. Think of this like a zuppa gallurese. It's actually one of the coolest dishes I've had. If you guys want to just like Google something. You know, so many times I'll like mention like, hey, I've made this dish, and people, you know, they'll type out like, what's that? Like instead of typing what's that, to me, type it into the supercomputer in your pocket. That'll tell you exactly what that is. You know, I know you want to talk to me, but I'm very tired. I'm very tired. You know, so I'm just like, yeah, this is chicken scarpariello, and you're like, what's that? Nobody knows what that is, asshole. Chicken fillings are made. It's time to fill some chills. Fill enchiladas. That is, it's short for. I'm gonna leave. Quick show of hands. Who here wants me to wear gloves? 1, 2, 3. All the kitchen folks are very clear in their intentions. Okay, I'm not wearing gloves. Sorry, you guys lose. My hands are clean. I washed them. I'll wear gloves. Damn it. The gloves. I don't even know where the gloves are. It smells like it smells like balloons. The whole food's gonna smell like balloons. Now. Ugh. Are these just small gloves? It feels terrible. I have sensory issues. Do you lube up your hand before you put it in? You don't ever just dip it in vegetable oil? So it slides in easier? Alright. Safety first, kids. Alright, we're gonna... Ugh, feels terrible. We're gonna make some enchiladas. We have some tortillas that we have... No. My hands are clean. It's fine. Here's my preferred enchilada making technique, where you will take the tortilla and you will just completely dip it into the enchilada sauce. I see why one would think that I should wear gloves for this, but I will not be doing so. And then what you're gonna do is you're just gonna pop it in the middle of the casserole dish, and then you are going to take some of this here chicken. Pop that in. I should do it that way. That makes way more sense. And then now, take that, boom. Roll it up, seam side down, tuck that in the corner. We're gonna stack 6 in here. Do the same on the other side. Like rooting around like a truffle pig. We're gonna put some sauce on top of these enchiladas. We rolled them all up. So the idea is we're gonna bake these
get all of those inside, all the cheesiness heated up. Why am I using a spoon like a dummy? Just dump it. We want some extra sauce on top. That is because the sauce is going to evaporate in the oven. And we want to give this a little bit of protection, especially at the ends. The ends of the tortilla can burn, so spread that out. Top it. 2 kinds of cheese, not 1, not 3, we got 2. The cheddar cheese at the Dollar Tree, it looks a little bit sus. It looks like it was in a snacking packet. Definitely processed, but it still tastes really good. I hope it melts properly. Same with the pepper jack. I'm gonna give this a nice sprinkling over the top. Pepper jack, controversial here, but we court controversy over at Mythical Kitchen. Pretty useless cheese. You know what I'm talking about? Give me a good jack cheese, and I'm gonna add my own peppers if I want. White first. Yeah, this one is gonna definitely bake up and have that like cheese pull to it. This one, I don't think so. But I don't actually know what's gonna make a better product. The enchilada sauce over here, I think tastes a lot more like chilies, which is generally what you want. Great, I feel pretty good about this. I might get a wipe on the, hold on, give me a sec. Here's the thing, here's what happens. You bake a casserole with schmutz on the outside. That's just gonna burn into it. It's gonna be hard to clean. You guys wanna watch me wipe it? They should probably watch. Well, this is valuable cooking technique here, Annalise. Hold on. I'm really just smearing a lot of it. Did we just watch me develop OCD in real time? That was pretty cool. We're gonna pop this in a 370-degree oven. Our oven, that means it's probably about 240 degrees. Let's see. Melt the cheese, evaporate some of that sauce. We'll remember which is which, I don't care. The one that looks like it has real cheese on it is from Costco. Check back in about 2 hours. Gwyneth Stewart of Spark.com, you're a noted food eater, are you not?
That's so true.
You have plates of food in front of you.
A funny thing about me is that I see we have enchiladas here.
You're right, that is so funny.
Everyone laughed.
She's so quirky.
A funny thing about me is that I can identify foods properly, but also that I recently did an frozen enchilada taste test for Sport, and it really, really put me off enchiladas. So we'll see how this goes.
What if I told you that both of these are filled with canned chicken?
Oh my God, even better.
It's good. If you eat canned tuna, why not canned chicken? One of these is from the Costco, the other is from the Dollar Tree.
They look like almost identical.
Thank you.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, we tried.
How are the beans both the same color?
Black.
They're like
Black beans.
they're the blackest black beans I've ever seen, and they're beautiful.
We tried.
Nice, well seasoned.
Oh, they are made with flour tortillas on account of we could only find flour tortillas at the Dollar Tree and not corn.
I wonder why that would be.
Someone should investigate. Honestly, if you go to the Dollar Tree, it's just hard to find a lot of things. So we get what we can and we cook what we can, which is, you know.
I like flour tortillas, so it's fine for me.
So Florida.
I know. It's embarrassing when they ask you, do you want corn or flour tortillas at the Mexican restaurant? And you say flour, and you're like,
Have you ever had zuppa galorese?
no. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh. You
Tell
was in that
me.
conversation. Oh, I don't know. You didn't ask any follow-ups. I thought you just wanted me to shut up.
Oh, come on.
No, it's an Italian dish. It's kind of just like wet flatbread, cheese, and broth. And
That
it kind of
sounds
just
good.
bakes into a delicious cheesy mush. Kind of like this.
Yeah, that sounds incredibly good.
How far do you think
I'm an
Koji
Italian
Morifushi
dish.
threw the hammer to win the 2004 Olympics?
I would love to answer this. I don't have any frame of reference on like how far hammer throws are, but I want to guess anyway.
Yeah, you should.
100 feet.
Meters, please. International competition.
What country are we in?
Koji Morifushi is Japanese, but he accomplished this feat in Athens. But everyone uses the metric system except us.
I know, 150 meters.
You thought it was 100 feet, but 150 meters.
Yeah.
Okay. 8291.
8291.
82 meters, 91 centimeters, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
There.
Well, I was initially close.
You initially guessed about 30 meters, 50 centimeters. So you were actually closer with your guess of 100. How do you like these enchiladas?
I think they're good. The sauce on this one tastes more like the enchilada sauce you know and love from going to a Mexican restaurant. Hold on, let me taste the accoutrement. We were talking too much about hammer throws and how I don't know how to do math. Okay.
Can you believe Primos Cosmos beat the two Belarusians in 2008? I forgot about that.
No.
I know.
I was so ready to say that this was Costco because I like the sauce more. The rice is like really identical almost. I think. Right?
I don't know. Can I eat? I'm hungry.
I mean, I really can't taste the difference between the rice, but I think these beans are much better. What do you think?
That's nice.
Right? I mean, they're both really good.
I didn't chew enough of that one until I put that one in my mouth.
I know.
I kind of forgot what I was doing. I'm just very hungry.
Okay, my decision that I made is that this one's from Costco, and then this one's from Dollar Tree.
But which one do you prefer?
I prefer these enchiladas and those beans.
Close enough for me. Gwyneth, you are correct. Those are the Costco chiladas, and I think you're dead on right that the sauce was the tell. There was a much darker chili powder, which was like the base flavor for the enchiladas.
Yes.
Now this one just didn't really come through. Super red. Interesting about the beans, though. I think because they were drier, they cooked up like more whole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have more bite, and honestly, I think they just have a better overall flavor.
And I know the thing you've all been waiting for is how much did each of these cost. So full disclosure, we spent like $240 or something over the Costco for the groceries, and then like $30 over here because they sell giant things. But on a dish per dish basis, Costco was actually cheaper than Dollar Tree. Again, you're buying a ton in bulk, so we have to make 100 of these. This cost $2.95 to make. This cost $3.97 to make. But again, you're using a lot of product. There might be a lot of waste. Who knows?
Yeah.
That's crazy though.
Wow.
Yeah, that means that Dollar Tree was 33% more expensive, but also it means that Costco was 26% cheaper. We're doing math. The point is, Costco is cheaper. And there's a lot. If anybody knows how to do math, comment below. Say, I know how to do math. And Josh, you failed math in 10th grade and never went back.
And if you know the metric system, you can message me privately.
Yeah. Well, Gwyneth, thank you. So don't private message Gwyneth with your metric.
Today we're putting two grocery stores to the test. It's Sam's Club versus Dollar Tree. Today we'll be answering the question, does it actually matter where you buy your groceries? Now we will be making the same version of spicy chili oil noodles with salmon and stir-fried green beans. One of the dishes will be cooked with ingredients from Sam's Club, Costco's slightly less attractive younger brother, versus Dollar Tree, the 99-cent store's more successful younger brother who like really superseded everything they did and then watched their brother go bankrupt and was like, well, we're thriving and we're not gonna. Anyways, we will have a judge blind taste test the two dishes to decide if it actually matters where you buy your groceries. Now, the Kitcheneers are out shopping. Let's see what they got. You guys ever watch clips from the first ever UFC? Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Like back when they used to just have, there'd be like a 400-pound sumo wrestler and they'd be fighting like a 160-pound American boxer who inexplicably only had one glove on. That's what we got here. We have just a ton of products because this is Sam's Club. You have to buy in bulk. Versus, I mean, you can see the space between all the ingredients over at Dollar Tree, but we are inexplicably making the same dish here. We're making salmon with a nice little sweet honey soy glaze and then some chili oil noodles right here. The price difference, again, sumo wrestler versus lightweight American boxer, but like maybe he can pepper him a couple times. Also, the sumo wrestlers in UFC 1 always, they kind of just like fell down and then someone would start hammer fist you by the back of the head. Brutal. Don't go back and watch, but like do watch. It's really interesting. We spent a total of $161 over at Sam's Club and only $26 to make the same dish over at Dollar Tree. Again, that is because Sam's Club, just like Costco, they rely on you buying in bulk, which seems like a good idea, but then you realize that roughly 40% of all food in American households does end up in the trash. So I think we should start factoring that into the price, frankly, but we're not gonna do that today. When you break it down on a dish-by-dish basis, it is remarkably similar. It's only about a 30-cent difference, which is like literally less than 5%. So at the end of the day, these are going to be really similar from a dish-by-dish perspective, but man, look at this giant grocery haul. Who needs this amount of apple cider vinegar? Oh God, it's leaking apple cider vinegar. Now that's probiotics. Okay, let's look at the actual product. So salmon for salmon. Dollar Tree has frozen salmon. Frozen fish is a great thing. I keep frozen fish in my house all the time. This is like that weeknight dinner where you don't want to go to the grocery store, so you just kind of run warm water over this and cook it in a pan however you can, you know what I mean? If you look at the ingredients here, yeah, pink salmon, and then you have water, and then sodium, tripolyphosphate. That's pretty cool. It's to retain moisture, you see, but that does mean they're injecting this with water and salt, which gets prices down for them because you're selling 6 ounces of salmon when it might only be 5.5 ounces of salmon. That over time is a lot, but also it might make the salmon taste really good. Over here, Sam's Club salmon. Both of these definitely just pumped full of food dye. Those farmed salmon ain't looking like that. Yeah, color added through feed. Okay, that's not too bad. But this is pure salmon. There's no sodium or anything added to that. A couple other products here are really interesting to see the difference. Like, I don't think bees would recognize this as honey. If you put this in front of a bee, they'd just be like,
That's not me, man. We didn't do this.
You can look at the ingredients. The number one ingredient is indeed corn syrup. They don't even, okay, this is actually a wild form of branding because they don't call it honey. They call it Little Bear blend syrup. You know, you have maple syrup, you have chocolate syrup, you have blend syrup. But this does have honey in it. Although any viscous substance, although that is just not even a liquid, inside of a bear, you automatically think of as honey. Again, bears also don't claim this. Over at the Sam's Club, nice dark honey here. Yeah, only one ingredient, pure premium honey. That could make a big difference. Get back here. God, there's so much stuff. For the noodles, we are going for like a vaguely East Asian stir-fried noodle, which again is something I make at least once a week at home because I always have soy sauce and it's shelf stable in my pantry. Or using spaghetti. If you look at the actual ingredients between like a Chinese mian noodle and an Italian spaghetti, there's kind of only one difference, and that tends to be what's it called? Come on, what's the scientific name for baking soda? So you sound smarter. Sodium bicarbonate. There we go. Sodium bicarbonate in the noodles, but otherwise it's just wheat and water. That's gonna taste pretty similar. Canned green beans, both Del Monte over here. Overall, I'm excited to get cooking. I have no predictions for this bout. All I know is, yeah, that dude with one taped on boxing glove, man, he was really out there fighting the good fight. To quote Chris Tucker as Smokey in the seminal Oscar snubbed film Friday, y'all always got Kool-Aid and no sugar. You always got cereal and no milk. Well, I always have spaghetti and no sauce. So this is a great way to make a nice little homemade spaghetti sauce. We are making the ultimate shelf-stable sauce for noodles to add flavor there. So we're making a homemade chili oil right here. I'm going to add oil to heat. We're gonna try and get this up to 375 degrees, and then we're gonna add all of our ingredients into the bowl that we're gonna pour the hot oil over, and that's gonna bloom all the garlic and spices. Boy, look at the shades of that garlic. Man, E.L. James wrote about the 50 Shades of Grey. I want to write about the 50 Shades of Garlic because these are two opposite sides of the spectrum. You can completely smell the difference. Like, this smells like fresh chopped garlic, which is really good from Sam's Club. And then over here, what the hell actually happened? Damn, they really went to the bottom of the barrel on that. Well, we're gonna dump that in. Chili flake, even the chili flake from Sam's Club looks brighter and redder. We'll see how that changes. And then we're also adding a little bit of dried cilantro in there. Once that gets the hot oil on it, it's gonna get nice and crisped up, nice and aromatic. A little bit of dried chive as well. Then a little bit of garlic powder and a little bit of sugar. Sugar and hot oil is actually a really cool technique that's used in a lot of different cuisines because you kind of get a little bit of caramelization on it. And that's gonna add it to the noodles. So we're gonna get the oil hot, we're gonna pop that over that, then toss that directly with the noodles with some soy sauce and vinegar. All right, we got our oil to exactly 375 degrees. If you're a little bit over, a little bit under, doesn't really matter. What we're gonna do is pour that in this glass bowl, and we don't think the glass is gonna shatter, right? No. All right, cool. Nice and sizzling. Don't shatter, don't shatter, don't shatter, don't shatter, don't shatter, don't shatter. I know, like, Pyrex isn't supposed to shatter, but like sometimes it shatters. It's the only thing about that I've learned in my professional cooking career. Pop this over that. Look at that sizzle. That sizzle is flavor. That means your garlic is getting toasted a little bit. Those chilies are gonna bloom, get nice and aromatic. We're gonna let that sit for a sec and pop it in there. I wanna talk about the soy sauce real quick because it says soy sauce all-purpose seasoning, and anytime that an ingredient has to explain itself, you might think there's something fishy going on. You know, it's like somebody who talks too much. It's like you might get the sense that they don't know what they're talking about. No, not me. Certainly not me. That's for the other people. If you look at the ingredients on this, yeah, so the first ingredient is water, then the second ingredient is soy sauce. They're watering down the soy sauce, man. God, it's bleak sometimes, but hey, still might taste good. It does seem lighter in color. There's caramel coloring added to it. That is crazy. It tastes like if you just ate fried rice, but then got a mouthful of ocean water. You know, when you're at the beach and you're like ripping through some Panda Express and you're like, I wanna go boogie boarding, and you jump in immediately. It legitimately just tastes like a mad amount of salt water and a little bit of soy sauce. And soy sauce is gonna be a real big driver of flavor here. Yeah, that is nuts. That difference there. Like, soy sauce has this deeply intense, like malty kind of brewed flavor to it. You know, that isn't just salt. It's a salty ingredient, sure. But at the end of the day, that's adding a lot of flavor. And damn, that's rough. Well, going in the pot. We're gonna add some soy sauce and just a little bit of vinegar to the noodles. We're gonna get all of that nice bloomed chili oil in there. And then we're gonna let this sit for a second. That's gonna kind of absorb all of those flavors once you mix it together. Gotta jimmy it. That is fun. I mean, it's almost like kind of pasta salad. I think people, you know what we've never done? This is a weird food fantasy of mine, and I have a lot of them. Most of them SFW, but make macaroni salad, you know, with like the mayonnaise and the sugar and the little crunchy veg, but do it with spaghetti and just let me slurp up the cold mayonnaise-y spaghetti. No one's ever let me done that before. And why are people disgusted by it? Spaghetti and macaroni are the same ingredients. I think vinegar, soy sauce, chili oil. Yeah, this just, man, it looks better right off the jump. Barilla is one of those brands that is actually Italian, and like is pretty well respected in Italy as far as being like a normal everyday pasta brand. All right, noodles are done. Let's make some salmon. Hey, are you as passionate as I am about groceries? Doubt it. Name their first 3 albums. Anyways, if you want to know everything about groceries, head over to spork.com. They're friends of the show. They do a lot of great work in terms of ranking groceries. You can actually really learn a lot. I always learn about new products from Sporked, and I'm also biased because I consider them, well, friends at this point.
You guys don't do this.
They're my friends. We're gonna go ahead and sear off some salmon. Putting a little bit of oil in the pan. We're just gonna go for quick sears on each side, and then we're gonna finish by glazing it in a nice little soy honey glaze. Super, super simple, great way to add flavor to your salmon. Always salt your proteins. These look, well, I'll tell you what, these look different. Everything at Dollar Tree has been run through, you remember the early Instagram filters? Where one was like, do you want this one to be a little bit blurry and kind of brown? And we're like, I guess if that's the only option you're giving us, that is what Dollar Tree seems to have done, which is kind of funny because this is just straight food dye. We know that. Like, that's how you create that pink color in farm salmon. You feed it things that will effectively dye its flesh. They do that here, and I'm thinking I do appreciate the food dye. Like, I think maybe in children's cereal, I don't know, but like in salmon, boy, does that look more appetizing because this isn't great. However, we don't know what it's actually gonna taste like. So we're gonna let that pan get a little bit hot, and then we're gonna start making our glaze. This is the blend syrup, the honey from Dollar Tree. That's not normally how honey works, but that's okay. We're just gonna go ahead and see if we can whisk this up. There's a strange film on top of that. We're gonna add the soy sauce to it, a little bit of the world's finest ground black pepper. Listen, we've had some like good Dollar Tree battles in here, and I like am an advocate for anywhere where people can get low cost groceries, and think dollar stores especially are like very necessary, which is a little bit upsetting that they're necessary, but also that is the case, right? Groceries are more expensive than ever. This is not Dollar Tree's best showing in terms of making salmon with chili oil noodles here. I'm holding out hope though, and I think ultimately like good cookery and technique can supersede a lot. Oh, crap. Hold on, I'm gonna thin this out with a little bit of water. Yeah, there we go. Come on, man. Ah, yikes. Ah, yikes. It looks like melted Jolly Ranchers. Black pepper, soy, honey. Nothing wrong with that. Real honey over there. Oh, it's gonna taste so much better. Damn it. Whisk that together. I'm gonna crank these pans back on. You want a real quick sear on the salmon. Then you wanna get that glaze in there and just like really get those sugars caramelizing. You can tell the pan's hot when it doesn't feel cold no more. No, what you really want to look for is the oil running like water. That's at least what I always do. There is, though, an old grandma tip. Literally, one of my best friend's grandmas, she showed me this when I started showing an interest in cooking, and she goes, check this out, and goes, and then flicks her own spit in the pan, and it sizzles. And I still think that's a valid technique that I would do at home. I'm just not going to do that here because I already get enough criticism for various disgusting acts. So we're not going to do that. Let me just take the salmon. I'm just going to barehand it. We have this fish spatula, which is what you would use to press the fish down to make sure it gets evenly coated, but I just use my hands. Use the back of your hand because if you palm it down, you are going to burn your wrist, but use the back of your hand like that. Bingo, bango, nice little sear. Then you got to sprint over to the sink to wash your hands. Nice, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4. Perfect, run! Move! Sorry. Look alive! Happy birthday. Lemon juice. I might as well add lemon juice to that. They say, here's the thing, they say don't put lemon juice until the end in a dish, but that does not apply for bottled lemon juice because acidity does not actually reduce over cooking time. Heat doesn't denature acidity. What heat does with fresh lemon juice is whenever you squeeze lemon, some of those essential oils are coming out of the actual skin and you're perfuming it with lemon zest. With bottled lemon juice, you don't have that, so there's no point. Just put the lemon juice in now. It'll taste literally the exact same. Boom, science! A real scientist told me that too. Sure, shout out Ariel Johnson. Little fish flipper. Look at that. Oh, shoot, dude. The gray turned to a darker gray. That's all right. That just seared up so much nicer. This salmon's actually really beautiful from Sam's Club. You want to get a little bit of sear on that, but I don't want to super overcook the salmon before this glaze has a time to reduce. Oh, looks like murky pond water. All right, in the pot. Go! Dude. Oh, the salmon's just falling apart. I'm gonna take that, spoon it over the top. Ah, looks like the pancake syrup from the IHOP. Rats! Yeah, that's good enough. Go, go, go! Ah. Yeah, you can literally tell, even the soy sauce difference, the soy is actually getting nice and dark here. Here, it's takes so much time for that water to even evaporate from the soy. These look different. The thing about honey is like it will eventually kind of caramelize and turn like dry. Corn syrup just sort of stays like a weird liquid. That's why it's used in candy making so much. And so this nice candied salmon is still just kind of gray and pancakey. This one, you're getting all one from the nice natural soy sauce. You're getting a lot of that dark flavor, and then the honey actually caramelized, creating the glaze that we want. Hey man, Dollar Tree's in a fight for its life, but you know who's also in a fight for their life? The sumo wrestler who fought in the first ever UFC 1 in the first fight. He was up against the cage. Did he give up? No, he got kicked in the face and got knocked out, but I have no buts. This is gonna be rough. We got green beans. Now these green beans are from a can. These green beans were the same brand in the can, but they do look wildly different. These from the Dollar Tree, very short green beans. These slightly longer green beans, as you can tell. One is bigger. Check it out. Check it out. They're both Del Monte, but wildly different shapes and sizes. I'm chewing on different sides of my mouth to get that. I am an ambituer. We're gonna do the impossible, which is to try and make canned green beans not taste like canned green beans. And we're taking a little bit of inspiration from a fantastic Taiwanese-based restaurant called Din Tai Fung that makes like the best green beans you've ever had. And what they do is they oil blanch them until they're nice and blistery, then get a lot of like garlic and chicken stock and a little bit of soy in there. So we've dried off the green beans on paper towels to try and make sure that they don't explode when we add them to hot oil. Oil's about 350. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the green beans. There we go. We're gonna try and get a little blister on it. Try and work two woks at the same time. All right, you can see the skin blistering up a little bit. Is this going to change how they actually taste? Find out on this episode of Mythical Kitchen. Beautiful in a wok. You always want to keep stuff moving. That's gonna add some nice airflow. Well, I'm pulling. They are getting nice and fragrant. You do see the blisters that you would get at like a restaurant of like a nice wok cooked green bean. All the green beans out there. I'm gonna pull these guys, and then I'm gonna get that oil out. Those aren't looking particularly blistered yet. I'm gonna dump the oil, and then I'm going to add a little bit of fresh oil. We're gonna strain the green bean liquid out of that and use it in future recipes. Just a nice green bean tinted oil for my fried fluffernutters. And now we're gonna get a whole lot of fresh garlic into that pan. Keep going. Okay. This oil. Work fast. I can't do it with two hands. Okay. All right, more fresh oil in there. We're gonna try and work really quick with this garlic. This seems like a ton of garlic. That's only because it is. We gotta work it really, really fast. Soy sauce. Want to get some of that soy sauce nice and dark in there. Ah! Go, 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 go! Ah! 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 Fighting for my damn life over here. All right, I'm just gonna add a little bit of finishing bouillon. You don't get that incorporated. What are you gonna stir fried chicken bouillon? No, who cares? All right. Or nice silent. There we go. All that bouillon incorporated that nice hot oil. They're not greasy, they're shiny. And that's different. They're glistening, they're luscious. It's like a pair of lips with roady lip gloss on it. Is that how it's pronounced? Roady? Just road? What does it mean?
It's her name.
What do you mean it's her name? Her name is Hailey Bieber.
Haley Rose Bieber, I think.
Feed me! I was already going to, but now I don't want to after that.
All right, I'll leave.
Yeah, thank you. Can we get a sub for Gwynedd? GwynneddStewart@Spark.com. Welcome back.
Hi.
We made food again.
Yay!
Can you guess what this is called? Because I have words that I said about it, but I kind of want you to.
Peanut spaghetti with garlic, green beans, and salmon planks.
That is exactly what it is. We were calling it chili oil spaghetti, trying to make chili
Okay.
oil from the best we could with the ingredients from the stores. But I will say one of these is from Sam's Club, and one of them is from the Dollar Tree.
They look very different. I also, do you guys feel like these are normal portion sizes?
I'm very hungry. You're a growing young lass training for a Vanderpump Rules marathon. You gotta go ahead and carve up.
Okay, I'm gonna start with these green beans.
I will say both green beans were from a can, and both were the same brand, in fact. However, they do look different.
Yeah, that's weird. These are shorter and these are longer.
That's what I said. There's the ends of the green beans here, and they've been trimmed off of there. So I'm wondering, what are the green bean ends used for?
Yeah, weird.
The American people deserve to know. Makes you think.
This is garlic, right? in
Yes.
here? Okay. I
Yes,
love
so we
garlic.
actually
A lot
sort
it.
of, we tried to, you ever been to Din Tai Fung? We tried to do their green beans, but with canned green beans. We had the same reaction.
It didn't quite work, but
No.
I think trying to make your own chili oil is so ambitious and cool. I love you guys.
Oh, we love you too. Well, I can't speak for everybody. Do you all love Gwynedd?
Thank
Okay,
God.
who hands up if you hate Gwynedd?
No.
I wasn't saying my hands up. I was just demonstrating what hand up looks like.
I'm trying to eat this politely because I already didn't eat that one politely. I bite spaghetti and then I let the rest of it fall on the plate, which isn't a problem if you're the only one eating it. But I assume you want to eat this too,
Yeah,
right?
I do. But
I
also,
know.
I do the same thing,
Okay.
so we can both just kind of like eat each other's spaghetti remnants. It sounds gross, but we've done grosser here.
I know. Well, I work at Splurked and we're just always like licking ice cream cones after one another and stuff like that. So, the pasta came out great.
It's really good. I mean, it's all like very shelf-stable, commonly used ingredients.
Yeah.
Literally, the only spice in there is straight crushed red pepper.
It's like, it's a really nice heat. I actually don't like, I think crushed red pepper can be too spicy sometimes. I really do. I think some people
It's
are
gonna
more
get you lit up in
sensitive.
the comments. So I will say the salmons, they were intended to look the same. They had the same cooking method, the same
Really?
time in the pan. But because of certain differences in the product, they ended up looking wildly different.
It's like a real big difference.
Big difference.
This one doesn't appear to have sauce on it at all.
There's a lot.
And this one, really?
It just sort of absorbed back into the salmon skin.
I think the fish tastes good, but I don't understand where the sauce went. That's baffling to me. And I do love, I like the look of this. It's like nice. Oops, I was gonna pick that up, but oh, it won't let me.
It's just so flaky and
It's
tender.
like, yeah, but look at how nice that looks. I mean, come on. Yeah, so I mean, I think that's the winner for me based on the fact that it's saucy and it looks good and it feels good. I think I know which is which.
Okay, on 3, 2, 1, say it now.
I do believe that this one is from Dollar Tree, and I do believe that this one's from Sam's Club.
Yeah,
Sam-
Sam's Club. You are correct. That is the Dollar Tree one. We tried our best with the salmon. The interesting thing with the salmon is that has salt water like injected into it, and you can kind of taste it, which almost makes it a little bit more tender. The salmon's not bad.
I don't think the salmon's bad at all.
Which one of these do you prefer?
I preferred that one.
Yeah.
I think the taste of the pasta is really good. And I don't know why the green beans taste a little better too, which
I
is
know.
crazy if they're the same brand.
Well,
Doesn't
so
make sense.
the quality of garlic and soy sauce were actually crazy. The soy sauce at Dollar Tree literally was soy sauce mixed with water and salt.
Yeah.
And so also the honey
Wow.
was not honey, it was corn syrup, which is why the glaze didn't actually set. So literally the water from the soy sauce kind of prevented it from like getting that nice like burnt caramelization. And the corn syrup as well. So that was a tough showing. This was an uphill battle from day one. We said that. The prices were actually really similar. It cost $7.96 per portion at Sam's Club versus $7.65 over from Dollar Tree.
Wow.
That said, you have to buy like giant drums of everything at Sam's Club. So we did spend well over $100 at Sam's Club and only about 25 bucks at Dollar Tree.
But the salmon comes frozen, so it's just like put it in the freezer and you're fine.
That's what I'm saying. But then things get buried in the bottom of the freezer,
That's
you know,
true.
and that causes like a rift in your relationship because you're just like, eat the dumplings. See, you bought the dumplings 2 years ago. Just eat the dumplings.
Have
One
you
day
ever
we gotta
looked-
eat the dumplings.
Have you ever looked in the sport freezer?
No, but I'd like to.
It's like a black hole in there.
I saw you have protein ice cream. Can I eat it?
Yes!
Yeah!
So glad you asked.
I'm so excited. It's a good day.
This is good. I
yeah.
love it.
This is great. Sam's Club, Dollar Tree, good showing. I think they shine more in the like baked casserole departments. When you're leaving a bare piece of fish like that,
Yeah.
I think it is a little bit tough. The noodles are good. Canned green beans, great way to get some nutrition in. Gwyneth, thank you so much for stopping by. You got anything to plug?
Go to spork.com. I'm gonna go eat the rest of this spaghetti.
Go carb up for that Vanderpump Rules marathon.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for stopping by Mythical Kitchen. We got new episodes out all the time. Leave a comment of what grocery store you want to see us cook from next and why it's Buc-ee's. Guys, we gotta make a Buc-ee's run. Listen, man, don't underestimate the quality of Dollar Tree ingredients. They got some great stuff in there. Leave a comment below and tell us what your favorite grocery store battle moment was and who you'd want to see on the show. We'll see y'all next time, and as always, thanks for the support. I've never said that. What do you mean, as always? Anyways, thanks for the support. Our new Mythical Kitchen staff collection is here. Grab yours today at mythical.com and become a part of the MK team. No culinary skills required.